University of Michigan great Braylon Edwards, and of course, Maz are about to take over on Woodward Sports. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m., it's the best Detroit sports talk on Detroit's best sports network, Woodward Sports.
Welcome back. It's Wednesday. It's Ermanni and Edwards with Maz. Oh, wait. No, it's not. My man, Terry Foster, long time no see, filling in for Ryan Ermanni Day. How are you, brother?
I'm doing what we mean, welcome back.
I'm saying welcome back to the people, man, that tune in daily. They watch us. They see what's going on.
This is the first time they seen you today.
Well, welcome back means yesterday they joined us. Today they will join us. And tomorrow, God willing, they will join us again. Time as away.
Welcome back.
Already. This is why we have Terry Foster on, man. He's always good with the banter, the back and forth.
He's off on a tangent already.
Jeez Louise, you come out hot already.
I bet tomorrow he don't say welcome back. You realize you blew the layup. That's all right. I caught you on it. You still.
I didn't blow any layups. Time as away. Speaking of not blowing layups, how you doing, my brother?
I'm good, Bray. Don't let him bother you.
No, it's all good.
You know what? He's probably not getting any sleep on his new bed.
That's not the
His
only
new bed probably is comfy.
Got the new mattress.
Is it good?
It's great.
All right. Did you make your bed?
No.
You didn't make it home in time that day, did you?
On Wednesday, the cleaning person comes.
Oh, the cleaning person.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Fancy.
I have to wash the blankets and stuff.
I wish we had a
Tuesday
cleaning person. You know who it is? It's me.
It's time as away.
It's me.
I didn't blow that layup. You see when man set up, he said he's probably not getting any sleep. You ain't hear me. I said that's not the only thing he's not getting. You see, you ain't giving credit for that. You're a hater, man. Now you're on this guy's side.
What are you going to do?
You know who's not a hater is my man Kenny G. Kenny G with the amazing Spider-Man tee in the booth. What's going on, my brother?
What's going on, man? Y'all trying to fire me, man? I had to come from nobody to do the show.
First of all,
I'm just saying, man. They trying to get rid of
They
my
have
brother.
the thumb like this, like.
It's like how many brothers you gonna run through? I mean, damn.
I ain't trying to fire no brothers. Second of all, hey, look, man, we appreciate you joining the show. Whenever you get here, it has been a rough time, so we appreciate you.
We don't fire black people because
you get grace period. It's like in high school. Your teacher has about 8 minutes.
Oh, yep.
8 minutes, and then I'm out.
You can call Rob Parker.
Huh?
You can call Rob.
He's busy right now.
Call Rob Parker if you want.
What's going on?
Get a job there.
Not much, my friend. How you doing? You ready to go today?
I'm ready to rock and roll. You know,
right,
amidst
buddy.
all the jokes, we have to be a little on the mellow side of things. Jerry West, the logo, passed away today at the age of 86. 14-time All-NBA, 14-time All-Star, 10-time All-NBA, one championship, and it did come against the New York Knickerbockers. This from Adrian Wojnarowski. Jerry West lived a profound basketball and American life, iconic as a player, executive, looming figure in the history of the game. He was an MVP, a champion, a gold medalist in 1960, a dynasty builder, and literally the league's logo. His loss leaves a massive void.
It does, but I'm mad at Jerry West.
There's the logo.
Look
at that.
And this is the infamous picture.
You see that?
The same
There
guy,
it
and I
is.
don't know his name as I know you know, the same guy that did the NBA logo who got this picture, he did the MLB logo as well.
Really?
He did the MLB logo first.
That's the guy
and
with the
then
batting helmet. He's like
Yep.
this.
the MLB helmet. I mean, he did the MLB logo. NBA saw it, and they paid him. And then he did this
How about
with
that?
Jerry West.
I didn't know
logo.
that.
100%. I try to bring some stats.
Boy.
His stats
and
did
he's
go
right.
on and on and on. Why are you upset? This is supposed to be about the greatness of Jerry West. You're talking about an
Just
individual.
because somebody dies don't mean you can't say something bad about
Yo,
it.
let's get the good stuff out the way
Right.
first.
Okay.
Let's get the good stuff out the way
He's a hell of
first.
a player. Great jump shot.
Best player exec of all time. Executive, he won how many
Yeah.
championships? You're talking about four with the Warriors.
He built
3
the
with
Warriors.
the Lakers, and then 2 with the Lakers with Pat Riley.
And the Grizzlies he was with.
Yep.
Grizzlies, he was a part of that whole. Yeah, that neither here nor there.
But
But
Red Auerbach. He was the executive for the Celtics.
he didn't play though. I said the greatest player exec of
Correct.
all time. He's a player.
But as far as
and an exec.
executives go, Red Auerbach and Jerry West,
Yeah.
1-2.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hands down.
Patrick Riley somewhere floating around in that as well. And we got some great stuff, some pictures or whatever, and you think about what he was able to do as an executive, not what he did on the basketball court, having to see the Celtics every year. Klay Thompson. If it's not for Jerry West, Klay Thompson is traded before they even had a chance to build the Splash Bros. If it's not for Jerry West, sending Vlade Divac to the Charlotte Hornets to get one Kobe, Mamba, Bryant, and then also he went to Orlando and personally got Shaq.
Yep.
1,000%.
He'll
KG.
bring KD to the Warriors as well.
This is true.
Yeah.
all the players liked him, and this is what I love about Jerry West, just from my standpoint, man. Before I let Terry Foster go in and does what he does.
Before Terry craps on him.
I just love Jerry. He was connectable to every player. All the newer players connect to him. The players around his same era connected to him. Shaq, tremendous love. Michael Jordan put out a statement on him being a mentor, like a brother figure. Would love to have played with him as a team. Yep. Go ahead, Terry. I see you chomping at the bit.
I'm not.
Go ahead.
I'm not here to attack you. Jerry West was a great player.
You ain't attacking me. You're attacking Jerry.
Right.
Nah, I just have a bone to pick with Jerry West.
He owe you money or something? What's going on?
Nah, he floated it out there that Darko Milicic could play, and then Milicic ended up with the Detroit Pistons.
So that's his fault.
Because his expertise, the Pistons jumped on that.
Right.
Okay.
Well, part of it, but I also heard somebody within the organization got paid for convincing Joe Dumars to pick Darko.
Wow.
But also, Jerry West was high on him, so Joe was like, "Hey, Jerry West likes him. He's an icon, so I can like him too."
That sounds like the Lions when they hear the Patriots like a player.
Right.
Yeah.
So they used to go and get him. Let's get Jelani Tavai.
Yeah.
Right, and then
We hear the Patriots like him.
let the Lions draft him, and then years later,
They got him anyway.
After he sucks, he goes to the Patriots and then becomes good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you just watch his career.
He traded for Kobe Bryant.
He did. That,
Mm-hmm.
well, he gave
For Vlade
Divac
Divac.
100%. It's one of those things where you watch his career and you watch all those Celtics losses that he amassed. Like you said earlier, Mass, they all went 7-game series in which they just did not have enough in the end to beat those vaunting Celtics teams. But one of those games, I think he had a half-court shot
Against the Knicks.
to go to overtime.
Game 3.
And guess what? If that counts as a three-pointer,
They would've won.
which it was a two-pointer, they would have won. They would have had 2 championships.
They lost that game.
Would have been no more.
Right. They lost that game.
Yeah.
Terry and I did our homework.
Yeah.
He sends it into overtime after Dave DeBusschere put the Knicks up by 2, and he hits a 60-footer.
That's a UD guy.
Yep.
That's a
you
UD
know it.
Jesuit
And
guy.
he hits a 60-footer to tie it.
Mercy.
Should have won it, but it's no three-point shot. Knicks go on to win that game. And then, of course, Willis Reed limps onto the court in Game 7 at the Garden, plays about 5 minutes, and broke Wilt Chamberlain's spirit.
Now, how did 11-year-old Maz celebrate that championship?
Oh, my God. I'm still celebrating it. I call it Spirit of 73. Every time I tweet something about the Knicks, I always put hashtag Spirit of 73 because it was the last time they won a championship.
Yeah, you Knicks.
I was 11 years old.
You Knicks in 73 are much like the Chicago Bears fans in 85.
Yeah.
Like, it happened so long ago. Did it even really happen?
Well,
just joking,
they
man.
went to 3 in a row, you know.
I'm just joking.
They won 2 out of 3.
I'm just joking.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Holy.
You hurt me.
You're
Walt
right.
Frazier.
Whenever I talk about the Knicks, you know what?
I rocked
I'm
those
sorry, that's a low
Clydes for
blow.
years, though.
That's a low blow.
It
But
is.
you're talking about a person that put his stamp on the NBA time and time and time again as a player, as a gold medalist. You saw he did as a champion with the with the Lakers all those years. And then you saw what he did as an exec. You're talking about dynasties. The Showtime Lakers were a dynasty that he was a part of. The Lakers with Kobe and Shaq. He was only there for the first ring, but he set that in motion. That's one of the greatest dynasties of all time. And then obviously what the Warriors were able to do in 2014 and 2018, another dynasty. He is the logo. He is the logo. So he is.
For now.
It's funny.
Forever.
It's funny you mentioned
now.
that.
They not changing.
Maz, they talked about the logo change in 2020.
I know.
When one Black Mama Kobe passed away, there were talks that he maybe would be the logo. It's always a conversation that's come up. Michael Jordan years ago, that should be the logo. Jerry West gone. Potentially they may move on from the logo. I picked 10 players, 10 NBA players
You couldn't have.
that could potentially be the logo. I just want to see what you guys think, and I want you guys to pick.
I'd love to
who's
hear
gonna be
it.
number one.
I'd love to
hear
see
it
it.
too. I
There's
just
only
don't
one
believe
for
it.
me.
Well, there is a one.
Yeah, there's only one for me.
There is a one. Pete,
Yes, sir.
you got those graphics for me over there? brother?
I do. Let's see. Here. Start here.
All right, there you go. This is the logo right here. Tell me yay or nay, because you have to think about it like this. The guy has to be a winner. The guy has to be a champion. The guy has to be an MVP. The guy has to have some rings. The guy has to be likable to a certain extent. And the guy's got to be at least
boring, too?
top 11, top 12. No,
I can see Tim Duncan.
but
yes.
Tim's just a, you know.
What's the logo going to look like for Tim Duncan?
Something, you know, he shot the
fundamental
high.
layup.
Yeah, hitting the bank shot.
From the free throw line?
Fundamental layup.
Free throw line?
Exactly. Tim Duncan.
You know what? Hey,
He's a
love
filler.
this guy. I can't believe he comes up with 10.
I know.
The 4, 8, 9, and 10 gonna be illegitimate.
That's okay.
Watch.
I like it.
You like it?
I
Great
like it
work.
too.
I got to tell you who to do last.
Yeah, I got you.
100%. All right, here we go. Next on this list.
Next on the list will be this
No,
gentleman
Timmy.
right here.
Yeah, you just know her. Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
4 championships.
I can
Obviously,
see the dunk.
You see the dunk
With his legs up.
Hanging from the
100%.
rim, and maybe the rim crack.
Yeah.
Hey, but if his logo not working on the shoes that he got, I don't know if you want to make that logo the NBA logo.
But
That's
see,
all I'm
once
saying.
again, it's about filling certain checklists. He's likable. Everybody loves Shaq.
Yeah.
He's a champion.
Yep.
He's an MVP. He's considered one of the top 7 greatest players of all time, top 10 if you want to. So I feel like he met the criteria. What do we think about this, KG? You like Shaq? Yay, nay?
I do like Shaq. He already got a logo that I don't necessarily care for, but I mean, it would be a bad choice, not by any means.
Okay.
All right.
T-Falls.
Yeah,
I'm out on Shaq.
I'm on board.
Okay.
So you haven't flubbed up yet.
2.
It's 2. 2 for 2. Okay.
Keep him coming over there, my man P. Spy.
There you go, young man.
Bill Russell.
This is a good
as
one.
the logo. This is the one.
I wouldn't say this is the one. This isn't my one anyway,
Yeah.
but Bill Russell is absolutely a great choice. 10-time champion, both player and executive. One of the most liked, respected players in the NBA. Why not?
His number 6 is already retired, so he's out.
Okay. T-Falls.
Out of respect for what he did on the court and also off the court, I'm behind you on that one.
I like the Bill
Again,
Russell.
what's this logo going to look like for Bill Russell?
We'll figure it out.
Blocking the shot.
Exactly. Blocking. Now you got to have 2 people in the logo. Blocking the shot or
Is
something.
the MVP award still named after him?
It is.
Okay.
It 100% is. But
And number 6 is retired all around the NBA.
only thing about Bill Russell, like I felt, was like, I think when you get a newer logo, it needs to be more in the modern era.
Yeah.
And I think when you look at Bill, he represents an era that started in black and white. So that's where it may be a
Yeah,
disconnect.
you can't have a black and white logo today.
Yeah. I agree on that. All right, P, you're doing a great job.
All
Keep
right, my friend.
them
Here
coming.
comes a good one. You got hey Maz, get ready.
Here we go. LeBron James. LeBron James.
What's the logo to be crying?
The flop out.
Lay flop. No, it'll be him in a suit as Lay GM.
Yeah.
As Lay GM. The coach killer.
You know, remember Donald Trump on The Apprentice when he says you're fired? That's what LeBron could be. He could just be pointing at you.
I wouldn't want
You're fired.
LeBron James to be the logo in the era that I lived in, but if I'm being honest, as a non-hater, if you will, I mean, look, you're talking about a guy that has the most points ever, 4 MVPs, 4 championships. He's done everything that you
Next.
can do, gold medals, etc.
Next.
Is he
And
liked?
he's connectable. That's
It's like guys like him don't like him.
all right. Here
Next.
we go. Man's hating on LeBron James.
All right, Maz
Here
might
we
like
go.
this
Give
one a
me
little bit
another
better.
Kareem
Oh,
Abdul-Jabbar.
now you got the sky hook. Now you're talking.
See, now
Now you're
100%.
talking.
T-Foss, what say you?
Yeah, but that's going to be a very, very long logo.
Not really. Terry, instead of Jerry bouncing the ball, dribbling it,
No.
just flip it.
Kareem would go from your nipple
Yeah.
up to the with the sky hook, man.
But it is
Too big,
the only.
too
It
big.
is the sky hook.
I mean, well, he was 7'3" tall, so that kind of comes with the territory. But at the end of the day, I feel like young people know who he is. He's
Yeah.
Kareem. You can have him bald headed, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to with the hair and the goggles. But just another person that deserves the credit, number 2 all time.
Absolutely.
Since LeBron James passed him.
Maybe
6
he's gonna pull this
MVPs, I want to say.
Yep.
6 MVPs,
Still
100%.
number 1 to me.
6 championships, 6 MVPs, or 5 championships, 6 MVPs. There you go. All right.
All right.
Lou Alcindor, who's next?
We got a local boy next.
Irvin
Oh, my.
Magic Johnson.
Oh
This is a
boy.
good one.
If I say no to this one, I'll admit I should be shot.
Yeah.
100%. So
Yes.
you're not going to say no. No one's shooting you. East Lansing's own Magic Johnson, national championship, beat Larry Bird to do it. Rookie of the year and MVP Finals champion year 1. 5 championships for Magic. You know what he is? 4 MVPs. I
Yes,
do
sir.
want to say, KG, how you like the Magic? It's showtime, baby.
Hey man, if he were to be the logo, that behind the back pass, oh my God, that would be a crispy logo. I'm not mad at this one at all. I put this in my top 3.
Yeah, I like the Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson's one that he played in the 80s. This is, well, technically 70s, but super connectable to people. Everybody likes Magic. He's got the $1 billion smile, $1 billion industry. Kept his family together after, unmitigated
Can I make
factors.
one request?
Please.
Can't be Fat Magic though.
Oh,
He was a power forward.
yeah, no, you talking when he came back?
Yeah,
for that
no
European
Fat Magic,
team,
please.
When he came back for that European
He was,
team.
he was,
That's what
No
he's saying
fat
against KG.
magic.
he was a little chunky.
Or
He's shooting shot 3-pointers like this.
Yeah.
Ole?
That Magic, you can only have players like Oliver Miller wears the logo.
Hey, Fat Magic, he won a All-Star MVP though.
Yeah.
That don't count.
No one
Stop
touched.
that.
No one wanted to go near him. That's why.
He still was. First of all, Magic. When have you ever seen Magic make a 3? He made 7 in that game.
Well,
Or
you
six.
should have. They're all wild, and one of them, Isaiah Thomas, is like this.
Is that what Karl Malone most
Karl Malone
notorious
didn't want him to
said?
play.
Karl was like, nah, I mean, what if he bleed on me? Like, Karl
Right.
Malone was what?
Karl Malone is a whack. I hope he's
Right.
not on here.
Yeah, Karl Malone's one of those dudes where I'm glad that my man, what's his name? Kenyon Martin.
Oh yeah.
He gooned Karl Malone because he grew up in Michigan. He was a diehard Isaiah fan, and because of the elbow, Isaiah called Kenyon Martin. He got some payback on Karl Malone. Magic Johnson, so we agree right now he's probably number one on this list so far.
I don't know. I think I'd put Kareem above him.
Kareem than Magic? Notice they're all Lakers.
So far on your list.
I'll go Magic over Kareem.
Okay.
Magic over
I
Kareem.
got Magic.
He played the entire court.
I understand.
Okay. All right, here we go, Pete. We get. I told you
They're
I can
getting
make
hard
10.
now, man.
So far, you've kept your word.
I told you I can make 10. All right,
We
Where's
got
Zeke?
4 left, man, and
Here
it
comes
was
Zeke.
tough to put these all in order, but Bray has it all correct. Here we go.
You gotta go Larry Bird. If you're gonna
Yeah,
go Magic,
like that.
if you got Magic, Larry Bird's another one that comes to mind. Hey, greatest of all time, one of the greatest shooters of all time, 3-time MVP, 3 times in a row, mind you. Can't say Magic without saying Bird.
Yeah,
Helped save the league along with Magic.
100%.
that's true.
And there was a dynamic there. Most I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
all, but most of the white people were rooting for the Celtics and
Not
Larry
me.
Bird, and most of the brothers were going for the Lakers
That's
and
me.
Magic.
Yeah, you guys, Jersey and New York withstanding. Jersey and New York withstanding, understandably so. And Detroit, mind you.
No Larry
so.
Bird for me.
I hate to take it there. You can't make another white person the logo, man. It's got to be a brother this time around.
I was waiting for somebody to say, I thought it was going to be Terry. You beat Terry. You guys got a lot in
I
common.
hope you have Caitlin Clark on here.
Oh,
Oh
the
God!
Caitlin Clark talk. Don't get me in trouble, man.
Don't do it, man.
Here we go. Who is next? I mean, you got to start knowing who the next 3 are going to be.
Well, yeah,
I'm still
exactly. It's
waiting
just the
on my
order
one.
depends.
All
So
right, here
we
we
went
go.
here with 3.
Still waiting on my one. Close,
Kobe.
though. Close.
Bean Bryant. Rest in peace to the mama. You know what he did. You know who he is. He is a man that created 2 jerseys, both of them deservingly to be in the Hall of Fame, number 8, and then again, number 24. One had 3 chips, one had 2 chips. Just became a complete player, much like you were trying to see Kyrie do before
And
this
that one
series
might
started.
actually happen.
Yeah.
The only issue with this one is not for me. It's for what I think the powers that be and the people that are all complaining and sending emails and phone calls is a situation in 2003.
No.
Oh, no, that don't
man.
BS.
That don't matter.
We over that.
You said what?
We over that. Most people should be anyway.
Keywords, most people.
That never mattered to me.
Outside of Nike, who's in the sponsors, who's still sponsoring them outside of Nike.
Yeah.
Nike and Phil Knight stayed in, everybody else
Nobody
pulled out.
sponsored them
Yeah.
now.
That's
but
their problem.
Nike came back. That's all that counts is Nike. Who cares about everybody else?
Nike's a different entity. I'm talking to the people that complain. To the people that
You
complain.
got Vanessa
It's
Pink
20
Diamond.
years ago.
Look at
He was never guilty.
look
It's
at the
20 years
era we
ago.
live in now.
It's true.
It's not me that's saying it. I'm telling the powers.
But when you look at just how
Yeah.
tragically he passed away and you think about what he did after he played, because what he did on the court was
Yeah.
great, but what he gave to the game afterwards,
Yeah.
Kobe should absolutely be considered for
Right,
the
and then when
Agreed.
you talk to players today who claim to have that mama mentality, they don't. But they claim that they
Yeah.
have it.
They don't.
And so he's like a hero to the younger guys.
Yeah.
Hey, trust me, I love this pick. I think it's a good pick. I just think that people will complain about it. But hey, if they don't,
People complain about everything. That's why
And-
I'm here.
well, all right, 2 to go.
All right, you ready? Big one.
This one's probably the
Still
easiest
waiting.
one to pick. It's the easiest one to pick. It's Michael Jeffrey Jordan,
You damn
who
right.
is a logo in himself already, the Jumpman logo. It just goes hand in hand. Tom Mazaway.
Yeah. Mic drop.
Yeah.
That's
Mic
the
drop.
one.
That's the one, KG.
Just make the Jordan logo the NBA logo. That's the one.
I'm all for it. The reason it cannot happen is because
Money.
Nike does not
Correct.
own the league. And then
yeah.
if you do,
Yeah.
you got to do the Jumpman one.
Yeah.
And so
Right.
everyone would think there's the Nike uniforms and the
Unless you
That's it.
did, unless you did from the free throw line.
Or the fadeaway jumper, because that became
yeah,
synonymous
true.
with
This
him
is
later
real.
in his career, the fadeaway.
And also, too, it's a connectability. One thing about the logo, you got to connect it to what everybody can do. Everybody can't dunk. Everybody's not jumping from half court. Yeah. Everybody's not Shaq, where they can break a rim. Everybody's not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, where my hand is 19 feet in the air. But you can shoot a fadeaway.
Absolutely.
It's a connectability. And speaking of connectability, this is who I would approve the logo to be last. Throw it up there, Pete. Maz, that's your guy. That's your guy. And hear me out. I'll go first before I even ask you guys a thing. Everybody likes Steph Curry. 4 championships. Finally got a Finals MVP, so he qualifies as that as well. Yep. Gold medalist. Check that off the board as well. What he did in college and what he did to change and transcend the league. The NBA now walks kind of in his shadow and to the beat of what he started. So I think that's it. And anybody can shoot if they put in the time, if they put in the work. I think Steph moving in the modern era, I think that would be a logo that could be supported all the way around.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, every time I come on here, I feel like I make fun of the young lad. But, I have to give him today.
There you go.
It means a lot, man. I appreciate you.
That's probably the last time you get that. But
that's coming when it happens.
And that's coming from an old curmudgeon.
It is. Yeah. And I'm very happy right now. You see me, I'm getting goosebumps over here and the words around the mic.
Now, can I say something?
How do you not, Tom?
Do not ever change the logo.
Yeah.
That's the logo. That's, to me, don't change the boring MLB logo. Don't change this one. When I buy a basketball or I buy an NBA product, I want to see that logo. It just means a lot. The NHL logo,
from New Jersey.
The NHL logo, the shield, beautiful. The NFL logo. Yeah. Remember, back in the day, they had 26 stars in the blue.
Oh, this is right.
They had 26 teams. Then they got up to 28, 30, and then 32. That's why they only have 4 stars on each side representing the divisions now. Yeah. So they have 8 stars.
Did that change your life when they changed the...
It did. I used to like all the stars, to be honest with you. But
really,
I'm just saying, I'm just laughing with you. I just love the logos the way they were and the way they are. And I think they should stay that way.
You got to modernize everything.
You can't modernize everything.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Because of the youngsters that we...
Yeah, but the youngsters already know that.
It's a new generation.
They don't know that.
Most people...
They don't know who Jerry West is and don't
most people don't know. Don't ask who the logo is. They don't ask. They just say that's a basketball player.
They would identify with the league more if they saw Steph Curry or maybe Kobe or the next reincarnation of greatness.
Yeah. It's funny, my girl and I were having this conversation before work today, and she said...
Great job, by the way.
I appreciate that. Thank you. She agreed with you, man. She said they'll never change the logo when they shouldn't. It's a brand. It's what you recognize. That's
the NBA.
It's the NBA. When you look at the logo, it's synonymous. And even though we're moving in the modern era, every year it seems to go faster and faster, certain things are still pieces from the past that actually operate as present as well. I don't know if that makes sense.
Hey, Pete, put up that Michael Jordan saying again.
Hang on.
It's what he wrote. I think it was. It's really cool.
This is Michael Jordan on Jerry West. I always wished I could have played against him as a competitor. But the more I came to know him, I wish I would have been his teammate. He will forever be missed. Rest in peace, logo.
Rest in peace, logo.
And it's
to me, that's mic drop right there.
Yeah, logo to that's logo to logo.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's Michael Jordan saying that's the logo.
Thing I love best.
Or he could have signed it future logo.
Perhaps.
The thing I love most about T is he said, I wanted to be his competitor. But the more that I got to know him, I want to be his teammate. And you know what that tells me? He realized he could learn a lot from Jerry West. Jerry West could have taught him a lot on that court to help his game, which obviously is
Jerry
the best
West
ever,
suffered.
Yeah,
the Celtics made him suffer.
Yeah.
He went to his grave today suffering still all those championships that he didn't have.
Didn't he pull his hamstring in the one that they want? There's a couple they would have won. He pulled his hamstring in one.
Yep.
Elgin Baylor got hurt in one.
Watch the Lakers
Will
Celtics.
Chamberlain quit in one.
Watch the 30 for 30 on the Lakers Celtics, guys. It is well worth your time.
Ice Cube and Mark Wall or Donnie Wahlberg.
You got it. You will see the pain that this guy went through. It made him retire.
I also thought Winning Time was good. I know it was exaggerated and he didn't necessarily like his portrayal.
No, it was funny.
In Winning Time, but it gave a good scope, especially for a modern audience. It gave a good scope of what he went through as a player trying to, achieve greatnest.
At one time, the owner, Jerry Buss, said, I need you to be a coach with Pat Riley. So he goes to the dais and he don't want to be the coach.
Yeah.
He just wants to be the GM.
Yeah.
So they're asking him, so Jerry, you're going to coach the offense and Pat's going to coach the defense? He's like, no, Pat Riley is going to be the coach. I will assist him any way he needs. He would really, he was very,
right,
he did not want to deal with it.
No.
Can I ask a favor?
You gotta read Brandon Dogs, and I appreciate you for that, Pete. This is from Brandon Dogs in the chat. Troy Weaver yelling at a fan should be the logo.
Oh my god.
That's the Pistons logo.
That was
man.
it. Like, when he yelled at that fan, I said, he better start cleaning out that office. What you about to say, T?
That should be the Pistons logo.
What are some other like iconic logos? Like, if you just had to think, like logos that come to mind, Nike is the first one that comes to my mind. Like a logo, the Nike logo. We already talked about Jumpman. What's some other iconic logos?
NFL. I love the shield.
100%.
Well,
love
because
the
the
shit.
NFL is so powerful.
It's true, but it's still
The shield.
recognizable.
I know it is. The shield is like pretty
I
regular.
grew up in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? It's the WWF, man, you know what I'm saying? It's an iconic logo.
Hey,
but that's
yes, yes.
Hey,
Hey, take that E off of there.
Hey,
It's WWF.
You see, I said WWF. Like, wait a minute.
WWF.
87 in Pontiac, Silver Dome.
Yeah.
Time to tell you. Ford, we're local.
Yeah.
Ford is iconic.
Oh, yeah.
And Ford is
All the car companies, and Mercedes, and the Chrysler.
Cadillac.
The beautiful.
Chevy bow tie is pretty iconic.
Hey, my first
True.
car
Very true.
was a 74 Coupe de Ville.
Yeah.
And the best thing about this car was the hood ornament. And it was a gorgeous hood ornament. So I park one day, I'm in New York City, I come out, what's missing?
the ornament. Of
They
course.
ripped the horn. They ripped the
Yeah,
damn
they
ornament.
would
off.
take those away.
Yeah.
And you know what? We put it on the chain,
Yep.
wearing it to the club.
There
You
you
got
go.
it, man. I went out and I got another one.
Braylon probably stole it.
He probably did. He was too young for my 74 Coupe de Ville.
He didn't deny it.
No. I wasn't in the business of stealing. I had four parents. You know what that means? 4 ASS whoopings.
That's right.
No, thank you.
8 eyes.
What? Joe, you 22. What's an iconic logo for you? Besides Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, right.
Ooh,
That's right,
Joe
the
says
arches.
McDonald's, the
Yeah.
Golden
Now,
Arches.
now
Oh, yeah.
the young
The Golden
kids
Arches or the
your
Golden
age,
Arcs?
wait a minute, the young kids
The
your
Golden
age back in the
Arcs.
day used to wear the
They have
Mercedes
seats.
medallion
Yeah.
around your neck. What would you wear
Around my neck,
around your neck? If you had to go, do you go to the club?
I go dip and dabble.
Okay, you dibble and dabble. If you had to dibble and dabble,
He
you had
said,
a big.
"I'm going."
What would you wear?
If I could wear something, like a symbol around my neck, it would probably be the spirit of Detroit.
Oh, that's
Okay.
dope.
That
Oh,
works.
okay.
That's dope.
'Cause I know you're not gonna walk
I
in there
like
with
that.
McDonald's
Yep.
M on there.
I like that. What about the peace sign? Peace is an iconic logo.
The
I
Pepsi
guess it's a sign.
circle.
Terry's got the Joe
Oh.
Louis fist on his neck.
Oh,
That's real.
Yep.
Is the Pepsi logo more iconic than Coke, even though Coke
Yes.
is worth more? I think it
Yes.
is.
It is.
I would say
Why?
it is.
Pepsi's red, white, and blue.
Exactly.
That circle is
Like
iconic.
100%.
Yeah,
You say
but Coke
Coke,
is
I'm
like
like,
the
yeah.
NFL.
When I
logo.
see the
cursive
Pepsi logo,
Coke is better, but
I get thirsty
Michael
when I
Jordan
see
got
it.
his hair set on fire with Pepsi.
Pepsi.
So I'm just saying.
I think I'm agree with you on that one.
You know
the,
the-
the Pepsi challenge, man, trying to win that Harrier jet back
yeah,
in the day.
man.
What?
Yeah.
Get 1,000,000 points.
That documentary on
See, when
that
I
is
think
You
of
saw that
Pepsi,
too?
all I
Yeah.
think about is Michael Jackson when he burnt his hair.
But Michael Jackson's most famous person of all time, so you proved his point.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola,
Score one.
you think about the polar bears during Christmas.
That's true.
I'll take Michael Jackson.
Yeah, but when I look in the supermarket, I see more Coke bottles than I do Pepsi bottles.
More iconic and more of the two different things. Terry Foster.
Big
But
facts.
when it's ingrained in your head,
Okay.
it's more iconic.
Starbucks.
Yeah,
about-
you know,
So we just know all fast food
Starbucks is
franchises
good.
now, like
Right.
car dealerships.
How about Adidas?
They got two logos
Yeah,
though.
they
They got
do.
the
That
athletic
and
and the
Puma.
style.
Yeah, I'm wearing some Adidas.
You like what I did there.
No, but
I can't
this-
believe that
the
those
Nike
two are
swoosh,
brothers.
All you gotta do is put the swoosh, and everybody knows what that is.
That was the first thing I said.
And
Catch up, mustard.
And Jumpman,
Speak
obviously.
louder. Home biscuit.
Fair. All right, look, man.
That
let's,
was great, man.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, it's good
fun.
That's how you
stuff.
open up a show and have some fun. Look, we're gonna take a quick commercial break.
God
and
bless
get
you,
into
Jerry West.
100%. Rest in peace to the logo, as you see here. Great man on and off the court. Speaking of the court, there is a game tonight, so let's take a break and then let's talk about Game 3. The Dallas Mavericks taking on the Boston Celtics. First, a message from my man KG and Swiss.
Yes, sir. If you want the best defense and insurance, then Swiss got your back, man. Call my man Mark today at 313-530-1698. Now more than ever, it is critical for you to have your insurance review, and Swiss Insurance will make sure that your carrier is not slipping in extra fees. So once again, call my man Mark today or go to SwissINS.com. planetfitness.com.
Now it's time to get in shape at Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. $10 a month is all it takes. $10 is not a lot to ask to get in shape, feel good, feel great, because it's home of the judgment-free zone. So nobody's judging you. You're working out at your own pace. And then afterwards, clean showers, clean locker rooms, because they're home to the squeaky clean gym as well. Get in shape. 30-minute total body workout. It's right there in the middle for you. They got it set out exactly for you. They tell you what to do, and trainers, they come a part of the process too. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Any Lady Jane's haircuts for men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda. A chef for Lola, really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
You run a great business for over 50 years. You expand and you offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. Same great service that you come to know, customers have now come to trust on Woodward Ave, just out the 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford and Dearborn today at lesstanford.com, lesstanford.com. Together, let's drive right on over to Lady Jane's, where it is wicked awesome. Awesome is a guy. Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircut for Men. Stop in and sit back and relax. Let one of the ladies, Jane's talented stylists, get you right. Get your haircut, make you feel good, make you feel great. Precision haircuts, that's what they do. Lady Jane's, it is wicked awesome.
Your hair's looking good today.
I appreciate that, man. This is
great.
Hey, look at that.
He should be.
Hold on.
Makes you look younger.
Seriously, he should be on a little commercial.
Yeah.
Let your soul glow.
Hey,
No. You know what?
There's no soul glow on
You know
that.
what he should be on? No, not Soul Glow.
No.
He should be on one of those little creepy commercials.
See?
Where the
Had
older
to
guy,
ruin it.
he dyes his beard.
This
Gets
is
all
not
the
that.
gray out.
the gray.
He's trying to pick up 20-year-olds. That's what Braylon.
you talking about the Just for Mass kit, man. Remember Mass?
I don't use
Blackbeard?
I don't use that anymore.
Just for
No more.
Mass.
First of all,
That was a
Terry,
one-time
Evil
offer.
Maz.
I deal with grown woman. What's up, Brittany?
But no, commercials in
Grown-
real life are
grown-
different.
Anyway, I was just about to give you credit because you gave me 2 compliments, and then you backdoored to talking about him chasing after 20-year-olds.
He
How dare you?
He can't do too many compliments.
41, man.
He can't.
41, baby.
Yeah, he can't.
But shouldn't he be one of those little creepy guys? You know, I dyed my
Now I'm a
beard.
now I'm a
the
creepy
young
guy,
girls like
right?
me. He can pull that off.
He don't dye his stuff.
Anyway, first of all, this is natural. You see this? There's no paint in this right here. This is all mine.
Ain't no
This is
kits.
all me. There's no kit. You see the grays right there?
T. Foss, when did you shave your head?
Huh?
I let
How many
you know,
years ago did you
this
shave
is
your
real.
head?
When I met Abs.
Let me see your head.
Do me a favor. Take your hat off. All right, there we go. So anyway, there is a game tonight, ladies and gentlemen, game 3 in Dallas.
You sure?
The Boston Celtics.
They're playing again?
I believe,
They haven't canceled
Finally.
the game.
I believe it will be a game, and it's definitely going to be a game because Kristaps Porzingis may not be able to go tonight. And if I'm the Boston Celtics, I don't have him go
He was at the
tonight.
shoot-around, though, today.
As he should be, but it makes no sense if I'm Joe Mazzulla. Side note, Joe Mazzulla is a guy that's very interesting. Saw his press
I
conference.
like him.
Yeah.
I like him too. He was talking about everybody wants Tatum to win now. He has to win now. He has to score 40 points now. We on this show, myself, probably the ringleader, very critical of Jason Tatum in the moments over the last years.
Yep.
But he may have a point. Jason Tatum's 26 years old. He's now 2-0 this playoff run in the finals against the Mavs. And you look at championships, most guys that win championships are 28. They're 29 and 30 when they finally win their first one. So 26, it's not a bad age to win your first one, and that's what he's aiming to do tonight. But he's going to have to play with, let's just say Kristaps Porzingis doesn't play, Terry.
Yeah, this game is tailor-made for Dallas to win.
Yeah, it is.
Because they're getting roasted.
2.5,
nationally.
they're favored tonight.
They haven't.
They're favored, right?
Yeah.
2.5.
And Pete, how many times have the Celtics been underdog?
4 in the last 4 out of 99.
How about that, Terry?
Think minus
4 out of
105.
99
Yeah.
games.
They favored by a bucket.
And I know I'm gonna make fun of this man.
Here we go.
Not you, but the former team you used to
Oh,
play
yeah,
for,
yeah,
the University of Michigan. They're always the favorite, except against Ohio State.
Stop
And
it.
they always win that
but
game
it doesn't
somehow. It's
mean
crazy.
they're
They were
the
this
better
year.
team.
Stop it, Terry.
They have a better reputation. They know where the money's going to go. So it's not who you think is going to win. It's where you can get that 50-50 split on the bets. So that doesn't surprise me. I'd put all my money on the Dallas Mavericks to win because now you got people who are quote-unquote experts who've looked at the first 2 games and it's legit and said Dallas can't beat Boston.
Yeah.
But for my dealings with the NBA, when you go home in the playoffs, it's an entirely different team. And sometimes we don't know, like a guy like Jason Tatum is going to react on his first road trip against Dallas. So I would expect Dallas to win game
Celtics
3.
are unbeaten on the road in the playoffs so far.
That's cute.
They setting it up to
They're
lose.
not-
Kyrie
they're
was
not gonna win.
14-0 in closeout games. They setting it up for them to
Yeah,
lose.
it's always a setup for, this is that one time, the anomaly, if you will. You know, the Boston Celtics are definitely a loaded team. We saw what Drew Holiday was able to do in game 1. I mean, he had 20 in the first half, and he just was lights out, showing you he's an experienced player. You see Derek White can play both ends of the court. But there's something about playing in your hometown. They're now in Dallas. They've lost 2, trying to figure it out. KG, what does Dallas need to do to get going in this series? So right now, they just seem like they're having their foot stuck in the mud, with the exception of quarter 1, game 2.
Well, I will start with the thing I've been harping on the last couple of days, the free throw line. If you not
You stickler for that free throw line.
I'm telling
Old school
you.
basketball.
Well,
But
you're supposed to hit 'em.
It's the finals, though. You're not going to win finals games when you're shooting 66.5% and the other team shooting 95. It just won't happen. So definitely they got to get it done at the free throw line, but they need to be better defensively. Earlier in the Minnesota series, they kind of were underrated defensively in how they played and how they played Cat and things of that nature. They need to get back to being a better defensive team. I feel like the offense is going to come. Luka going to give you buckets regardless. We do need to see a Kyrie Irving sighting tonight. I don't care what type of defense they playing on him. You got to go out there and be Kyrie Irving.
I love Kyrie Irving. We've talked about it ad nauseum in terms of what I think he is, most skilled player ever this season.
Yeah.
Anson, who's not here right now, I couldn't wait to talk to him about where's his guy been. Like he's the one lobbying for Kyrie to be second team All NBA this year, lobbying for Kyrie to be on the USA Dream Team.
Yeah.
He needs to focus on being on the Dallas Mavericks right now and showing up. That's something that got them to this point. Is Kyrie and Luka being able to play this nice and forth, back and forth basketball. You go, I go. You go, I go. Kyrie has been nowhere to be found these first 2 games. Tom Masway, I ask you, is Kyrie gonna show up, man? I know that's your guy.
Yeah, he's not my guy. He's not my guy. And I'm the guy that said that he's going to really show out. Him and Luka. And Luka's playing hurt.
Yeah.
And he gets
Everybody
still gets his 30-point triple-double the other night. He better show up because they don't win tonight. It's over.
Yeah, Defson.
They don't win tonight. It's over. So like Terry said, Vegas knows they're the favorite.
Yeah.
But you'll never get Boston as an underdog again. I can tell you that. That's a rare proposition for a gambler today to see the Celtics, who are the best team in the league, as an underdog. That's a rare thing, man.
Yeah, Vegas knows stuff. But even if, let's say, Dallas wins tonight, I can almost guarantee you Boston will be the favorite in Game 4.
Yep, I agree.
So they probably think what's going to happen. They'll split in Dallas, and then they go back to Boston, and Boston close it out.
Agreed. 5-game series, it looks like.
Yeah. Speaking of Joe Mazzulla, I knew there was another quote I said. They asked him about being, because it's he versus Jason Kidd. It's, 2 African Americans, so they said, I hate using that word. But they were asking him about being one of those. He said, but how many of his coaches were Christian? Like, I love, he keeps the topic in front of him. And the topic is the Celtics and the Mavs. He doesn't deviate. He doesn't let other outsiders talk about this or bring up that.
That was Kenny Goodwill that said it to him, too.
100%. Yeah. It was a smooth transition. He said, how many of those are Christian?
Vinny Goodwill.
Probably all of them were. Either Christian or Jewish. What's it matter if some dude is Christian?
Don't matter.
Some Christians make it seem bad if you're not a Christian.
But also, too, it got away from the black and white thing, which is every day. Every conversation becomes black and white no matter what you do, KG. It's like just the Caitlin Clark thing. We were talking about it nauseam. He goes to black and white. Like, he basically was taking it away from the potential to be a black and white conversation.
Right. But I wanted to ask you guys this. Do you think this is an important series for Joe Mazzulla? Because when you look at what Ime Udoka did for that Celtics team when he was coming up, and then, of course, everything happened. Joe Mazzulla gets the job, but a lot of people criticize Joe Mazzulla, especially when they didn't get it done in his previous finals. Do you think this is a big series for him to get done and for him to get this ring to solidify him as one of the top coaches in the NBA?
Youngest coach in NBA history to make the finals besides Bill Russell.
Yeah.
He's fine.
I'm going to say no because he has so many chances.
Yes.
To me, there's only one person that this is a must-win series now, and that's Jason Tatum. Because they've been on his ass all year. And then, when they lose their 1 game per series, they look at Jason Tatum. If Boston doesn't bring it home, I guarantee they're going to look at Jason Tatum and say, bro, what happened?
Yeah. Well, he was dubbed one of the new faces of the league, so we've been hearing this for years now. And he just has not shown up, even in this series. Although the numbers ain't horrible, his field goal percentage is all over the place, man. It's horrible.
Yeah, I'm going to get back to that Jason Tatum thing because I lead that charge, but I different tune on that. But this is Joe Mazzulla question. I think he's in a great space.
Okay.
I think that he's not under any type of pressure. He's not on the hot seat. Obviously, they would be pissed as hell if he lost this finals in Boston and Beantown. They would be mad. But
they won't lose.
But he's just more so saying if was a fifth. Yeah. I understand that. But I don't think he's on the hot seat because his first year as a head coach last year, he got to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
They lost, but their team didn't play the best. They figured some things out. This year, they had the best record in basketball. They got back. They've only lost 2 games.
Yeah.
So far in the playoffs, they're 2-0. He's a young guy saying and doing the right things. He's also gotten the players to play for him all season long. They're the best team on the offensive and defensive court. I think they finished 2 behind the Timberwolves.
That's true.
They finished 2. So when you see that, it's kind of like, all right, 2 years.
I hear you. But an argument can be made that they had a cakewalk through this playoffs. A lot of injured teams they went up against. A lot of people's star players went out. So I'm just saying, I'm no disrespect to them, but it's a conversation.
Yeah, but you know what? That's often the case. But we forget about it over the years.
That's true.
You know who else?
The Lakers
perhaps had a cakewalk.
Kobe and
the NBA
Shaq.
Finals. How about the 2004 Pistons?
Yeah, well,
they, New Jersey had injuries. Indiana had injuries. Kobe and Shaq were fighting each other in the NBA Finals.
Hey,
so you can make a cake, but nobody here in Detroit is going to say, "Oh,
you
well,
better watch yourself." The Detroit fan base is not play about that going to work Pistons team. You better pipe down over there.
I'm just telling you,
you're gonna catch some flack in the chat.
How many East Finals did they make that team?
5.
Oh, 5. Yeah, 5.
You can't talk bad about that
But you
team.
know what? NBA Final, Eastern Finals 4 and 5. People didn't like them anymore. They didn't like the Pistons anymore. They thought they should have accomplished more. They should have had more than one championship. So now that team is beloved, but at the moment, they weren't, except in 2004.
Well, here in Detroit, we loved them. They should have won more the first time, 88, 89,
No,
90.
but I'm telling you, here in Detroit, people were pissed about that team.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know how when that team wasn't even expected to do the things that they did.
Exactly.
Well, that's early on, but later on, when they're doing what you expect them to do, then things shift.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when Rasheed left Robert Ory,
Oh, God.
oh my
Yeah, that was
God.
bad. It was bad, though.
I still
place
see
went
it.
ballistic.
I still see it.
In the corner. 100%.
It made no sense. I love Rasheed. That made no sense.
I had to see
Double A.
Eldon Campbell sitting on the bench at the end of that series with his head in his hands. He was the last guy on the bench that year. Remember, that was his last chance
Eldon
to win an NBA
Antonio
championship.
McDyess.
I loved him.
Yeah, McDucks.
Big play McDice.
Right.
McDiggity.
Hey, man, McDice was
McDiggity
nice.
Dice.
But, yeah, I mean, to your point.
Mickety dickety dice.
Yeah, that was
They
amazing.
did have it was a very interesting loss last season for Joe Mazzulla. So they lost to the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
They were red hot.
A team that was red hot but shouldn't have been there. They shouldn't have beat those Celtics teams. I don't care if you're red hot or not, and they did. If they would have lost in the Eastern Conference Finals this year, then Joe Mazzulla's on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to the right now theory. You can't keep getting close. We want it right now, now. But the fact that they're up 2-0, they bounced back this whole season. I think he's good, Tom Masway on the scene. I mean, Boston loves Joe Mazzulla.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing it the right way.
He's playing with house money, man. He's got a good young team. Sure, they're paying 2 players. Porzingis is injured now, so you have a built-in excuse. But they won 12 games without him in the playoffs. They were 12-2. They're now 14-2. I sit him tonight. They lose.
Yeah.
You come back the next day. On Friday night, you play them. They win. They go home. They wrap it up on Sunday. That's it.
Does the Finals MVP even matter anymore? Speaking to Jason Tatum, we make so much about. I feel like it did, and then it didn't, and
It
it
still
did
matters.
because it snuck away when Tony Parker won, and it's like, all right, well Tim didn't won, Tony won, all right. Then
But
you see Andre
Pop
Iguodala win.
was so big that you
see
people
Andre
were-
Iguodala win the
Popovich, they
championship.
think you put anybody out there and Popovich can win. But now
Kawhi
you find out
Leonard
that's
won.
not the case.
A Finals MVP before he was Kawhi Leonard.
It still matters, though. The Finals MVP, it matters in terms of your long-term legacy because people want to keep Steph out of the top 10 before he won his Finals MVP and stuff like that. Like, it still goes a long way in the legacy argument.
Isn't it crazy he went from not in the top 10 to like people trying to put him in the top 4?
Yeah, it's nuts.
Like, you're not lying.
It's
That
nuts.
legacy of a Finals MVP, we were talking about that with Joe. It expedites you up that way.
You know whose legacy would have dropped dramatically if he didn't win an MVP? Isaiah Thomas. Because there was so much talk because Joe Dumars won the first one.
He won the first one, yeah.
Right.
But don't you think he should have won? He could have won it in '88 when he played on one leg. '89.
They lost.
Could have, but they lost.
Even though they lost, you could have given it to him.
Speaking of somebody losing and still winning MVP, rest in peace again to Jerry West. 38 points a game, 12 assists, 10 rebounds.
Good call.
Red Auerbach. First thing he said when he interviewed him after the game with the win, he said, Jerry West is phenomenal. That's also the poke Jerry West, by the way.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. But on the flip side of that, though, to just play contrarian, they've added the Eastern and Western Conference Finals MVPs now. So does that cheapen the Finals MVP award?
You know what?
I think so.
But Eastern Western MVP, who cares? Really?
Yeah.
Think about it. Who cares?
Exactly.
It's like in the NHL. You give them that championship trophy to go to the Stanley Cup Finals, man. They're throwing it away. I don't want to touch this thing. I think the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals is the same. Who cares?
I feel like the MVP the NBA does that MVP for each conference as another nod to give players more and more stats, more and more awards to add more and more so that they can justify all these bozos that we're putting into the Hall of Fame.
That's facts.
Somebody said something recently, like it's the Hall of Good now, not the Hall of Great.
It's the Hall of everybody. Everybody gets in the NBA.
That's another one. Like, you know what? He was 3-time Eastern Conference Finals. Like, but did he? What did he do in the big
win
dance?
It though? Yeah.
What did he do in the big dance?
You know why I'm pissed about this show? I can't make fun of Braylon today. Man's just on point.
You know what? This is what happens, man. When you're around good people and good energy.
You got time, Terry.
Huh?
You got time.
Well, you can flub up. I'm just saying right now he's on a roll. I'm
he's
down.
Let me tell you something. He's locked and loaded today.
I know. He came in on
locked
fire,
and loaded.
Got
It's the hair.
Hairdo.
It's the hair.
It's the hair. And I told him he should get a little fan in front of him and have it go going back.
Fabio.
There you go.
You can't say that. Then the same breath said my man got the just for men
See,
kick.
you know what I'm saying?
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Speaking of can't do that, Tomorrow, Tom Mazaway, the Edmonton Oilers cannot afford to lose.
No.
They'll be down 3-0 to the
Florida
Panthers, who are really going to win this thing. Game 3 tomorrow. Terry, we bring you in. We've been talking a lot of hockey, myself and Tom Mazaway. People in that seat don't necessarily like hockey, but I know you're a guy that likes a little bit of hockey.
Here's what the Florida Panthers are doing.
Oh, yawning?
Make it boring.
Make
it boring and win.
Terry, you know what I compared them to?
Huh?
The 95 Devils against the Red Wings.
Yeah, I know. That's the same thing.
Yep.
The
sweep.
Yeah. But you know what? Edmonton was kicking Florida's ass in game 1, but
Correct.
they were losing 2-0.
Yep. Goaltending.
Mm-hmm.
They have the better goaltending. Sergei Bobrovsky over Stuart Skinner. It's 2-0. They go home tomorrow. It's a must-win, obviously. They cannot go down 3-0. Florida is just, they'll suffocate you to death. Matter of fact, the last team to come back from a 2-0 deficit in the Stanley Cup Final, you go back to 2011, it's the Boston Bruins. They came back against the Canucks. And what happened after Game 7 in Vancouver? They just did a 30-for-30 on it. A riot in the streets.
Yeah, the riot
you know what's happening in this Cup Finals? Edmonton is still running and ripping up and down the ice like their hair is on fire. As soon as they get into the zone, the
Can't
Florida
put it in the
Panthers
net.
put a blanket on top of them and say, okay, go away.
Goaltending, baby.
Some man said yesterday they're suffocating Connor McDavid, my favorite player, and Draisaitl. They can't get their. Not only can they just can't get their shots off.
Draisaitl's even got. He's like a goon.
That's what happens
become
when you
a
get
goon.
frustrated.
Yeah,
you get frustrated and start doing cheap shots. Like, wait,
they're done.
You're not even that type of player. Where'd this come from?
They're done. That shows you that they're done.
Well, they're definitely
that's
done.
your friend, Mr. Frustration, coming in.
They're definitely done because the Florida Panthers are 7-0 in 4-game series when up 2-0. Random
There you go,
stat,
baby.
but it is the truth.
I love it.
100%.
I love it. Hey, you know, remember the old Minnesota North Stars, Terry?
Of course.
Yes.
And,
I say,
and Braylon.
remember Mighty Ducks?
They were
the first Mighty Ducks.
they were green and gold. So now they moved to Dallas. They become the Stars, not the North
Dallas
Stars. And Minnesota gets an expansion team. They call it the Wild, and they go to a green and red color. Well, look what they're going to look like this next coming year.
Oh my
They're
God.
going back. No, that's the North Star colors.
That's ugly.
They went back. Well, the logo might not be
Going old
nice,
school.
It's like a Packer jersey.
but I dig the colors.
It looks like
That's the Minnesota North Stars colors.
It looks like Wayne State.
You don't like it?
No.
I dig
It
it.
does look like Wayne State.
I don't
Just
know.
a
What's the
lighter
other
green.
uniform? That's another uniform. It was like, what's the football? Where did Josh Allen play? He won't play at Wyoming.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an ugly
Where-
uniform.
It kind of looks like the Supersonics colors to me. Like it's
No,
North
you
Dakota
know,
State. That's my guy. Shout out to Joe. It looks like North Dakota State's uniform.
Oh yeah. I
North
see
Dakota
that.
State's a little bit, yeah.
no,
How the heck did you know I
Wyoming
was
looks
thinking
like
that?
Western Michigan almost.
Yeah, they ripping off.
Poop, brown, and urine. That's their colors.
They are.
Brown.
That is bad colors.
It is
Brown.
bad.
Why they do that, Terry?
Hey, man, I don't know. I'm not a fashion designer.
Come on, man.
You
I
could
just-
you're better than whoever designed that.
Yeah,
And down in
that's-
Kalamazoo.
That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, I wanted to show you what the new Minnesota Wild is
Maybe I
going
have
to
to
look
see him on
like.
Ice Mask. Like sometimes you see a picture of something that doesn't really do it justice. Like we kind of dogged out those Tigers jerseys, the Motor City.
I love those.
But they look way better than that. I mean, come on.
True.
That colorway on that is
At
crazy.
first, when you first saw those jerseys, you can't tell me they look like a gas station hat, and a gas station jersey.
The hat for sure, but I always
Yeah.
said if they had just added an orange outline
The
to maybe
hat
the
looks
font,
like
it would have been
those,
good.
I
when
like
you go to
that.
the
Gotta have
truck
some
stop,
orange.
The gas
they
station.
have those hats that say
Yeah, the
Fort
gas
Lauderdale,
station.
Miami. The
No, the hat is
80-year-olds
terrible.
buy,
Yeah, the gas station.
and they don't bend the brim or anything. That's what they look
How
like.
do you not do the old English D on that hat? I just don't understand.
Pete, what'd you have to say in there?
No, I was just saying that's the gas. That was the gas station
The gas
hat. Is what I was
station hat,
saying.
man.
Ryan Ermanni said
It's
that.
a bad look, but the jerseys may not be bad. I better like the jersey because I'm be throwing out the opening pitch coming up.
Oh, okay.
And they're giving me that
All right.
jersey, so
Hey.
I love the jersey. I love the hat too. Go Tigers!
When are you doing that?
When are you doing
No,
the
no,
pitch?
no, don't wear the hat, man. We want to see your
June
hair.
23rd.
That's a
You
flex,
kidding?
man.
June 23rd.
That's a flex.
That's great, man.
Sunday after
Is that-
Father's
We
is
Day.
that-
supposed to be
is
going
that
as
a
a
day
show to
game?
one of these
Yeah,
games.
it's a 140. It's a 140 game.
All right, I like to
I
go
get
to
you some
the day games.
information.
I'll
Get
probably
you
go
some
to that.
sticks.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
Hey, so now I can't one hop it. You know I'm
Oh,
be
you
at the
won't.
back cam.
Yeah, don't throw a bad
Don't
pitch, man.
one
We
hop
don't
it.
fit-
No
you better
56.
I'ma
represent,
flame
man.
you if it's bad.
I don't want to see stuff like the Cleveland
Don't you
Mayor.
one hop that
It can't
ball.
hit the
Yeah.
dirt.
Basically threw it in the dugout and stuff. Man, be a man. Show that you're an athlete and show that you represent, man.
Right.
I'm going to the mound. I'm going 90 feet,
All
baby.
right.
Was
If
it
it-
90? It was a
if it-
They
92
may
dirt.
not let you on the mound.
If it hit the
Oh,
dirt,
that's
I'm
true.
flaming.
They're like right underneath the dirt.
60.5 feet.
60.5. Oh, that's easy. That's in my wheelhouse.
Okay.
I'm gonna be out there.
You on wax.
Sepidus.
You on wax. Remember, you saying that on wax.
Now I'm nervous. I'm out here like Stephen A. Smith. Remember, he went out there and
we
threw that
is
BS.
gonna flame you if it's bad. I'm just letting you know. Out of love.
Hey, did you guys see Amazon's coming out with? Amazon's coming out with another. Amazon's coming out with another documentary. It's going to be on the NHL. Amazon's putting this together.
Okay.
It's an unprecedented access to the lives of 11 players coming up this fall. So it's the NHL's never done this. So Amazon usually does a pretty darn good job.
So the NFL, NHL players?
NHL, 11 NHL players.
They're trying to put us to sleep?
No. Unprecedented inside these guys' lives.
If you're boring, you're boring. I don't care what. Even if we see you in the bedroom or whatever, if you're boring, you're boring.
It's a bite off that quarterback.
You know what's funny is if we talk about the this is it right here.
I would have loved this when I was a kid.
There were moments in your teens where you realized that you were good.
I'll pop off for 10 minutes.
But from a young age, like my mindset was just like, I'm gonna play in the NHL.
It's the best live sport on the planet.
Oh my God.
The quickness of it, the speed of it. Players, they're brutes.
What's up?
But off the ice.
Contract negotiation, that was a tough time.
First time my daughter is gonna see me without a beard. She might go think I'm one of you guys.
Hey, 40 goals. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, you want me to slay it? Sucks not being out there.
Come on.
Maz.
I love hockey. You know this, Maz. You know this, Maz. But hockey is not one of the more popular top 4. If you're going to do a show like this where you are going to follow the lives of 11 players, you got to pick 11 people that are interesting beyond interesting. The only thing interesting that I saw in that video was that Lamborghini Bull in that car that boy was driving. Fire. It's got to be interesting. It's got to be intriguing. It's got to bring you in.
Or it's got to be people that are controversial in a way. Because when you look at The Last Dance, we wanted to see about Jordan, but the Dennis Rodman segment of that,
like Ovechkin, give me Ovechkin. Man, I'll follow Ovechkin around.
Ovechkin might have a little flavor, but you could put Connor McDavid up there.
That's my guy.
And
But
95% of the people watching will say, "Who's this dude?"
That's the problem the MLB had for forever. Mike Trout was their star player.
Right.
Nobody knew Mike. You couldn't even pick him out of a lineup.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's the NHL trying to sell their game. I think they're doing a good job. The ratings this year have been the best in years.
Okay.
So they're doing something right.
So now they got 500 people watching.
No, it's a little bit more than that. They don't compete with the big 3. They don't. But it's the 4th most popular sport. But the fans that love hockey, they are really the most rabid fans.
Brother, 5.
What can I tell you?
Behind NASCAR,
And also, let me ask this question. 11 players, it seems like a lot.
It does.
That's a lot of content because what the quarterback show did 4.
4, yep.
And this year, they have Amon-Ra, St. Brown. They're doing the receivers. I think it's 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because they added George Kittle.
You know what probably happened, bro?
What?
Probably the people shooting the documentary were so bored, they said, okay, we got to go to another dude. So they ended up with 11 instead of 4.
Yeah, 11 is a lot.
The NHL marketing is not good. We all know that.
Yeah.
It's not good. So at least they're trying something. I'll watch it. By the way, Terry, did you watch the show these guys have been watching on the Clippers?
Clip.
It's called Clip.
I keep forgetting
It's on
to watch
FX.
that.
It's a show about the Clippers.
I know. No,
The Donald Sterling saga.
Sterling. I can't find FX, man.
You got FX.
It's on Hulu.
It's
You
on
got
Hulu.
Oh, Hulu?
Yeah, it's on Hulu.
I don't have that either.
What do you have?
You got Prime?
I got.
Do you have Prime?
I have Prime.
You can pay for it.
I have HBO
Pay for
Max.
Do you have cable at all or no?
Yeah, I got Netflix.
No,
It ain't
cable.
cable.
Like you have
Right.
Xfinity. You got WoW.
I can't find half of these channels.
Oh God, I got to come over.
What type of TV do
I got to
you
come
have?
and help
You still have old school Switch TV?
I got a big.
You got a
big
boob
TV.
tube?
Yeah.
You got a boob tube sits on the floor, 4 spokes?
No, bro. I got a TV.
You got rabbit ears on your TV?
Built in the
You
wall.
have a TV sitting on top of a TV.
Right. He got used to VCR combo
rabbit
joint.
ears with
And it still
tinfoil.
flashes 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Rabbit ears with
12,
tinfoil.
Terry has rabbit ears.
Oh, the antenna?
Yeah,
We
he's
got to
got the-
go up
he's
there
got
and
the-
move
Rabbit ears
around.
with tinfoil.
That was my job at my uncle's
I
house.
had a conversation with my daughter. She wanted to know what kind of TV I had. I said, when I was a kid, I said it was a 12-inch black and white with the rabbit ears.
Black and white.
Did you put the aluminum foil?
Yeah, the foil.
Guy had the
You got to make the flag.
I refuse to do the aluminum foil.
You got to make the flag on the
you just
aluminum
had
foil.
a good antenna, huh?
No, some dude, one
He
of my
stole
aunt's
it.
boyfriends
Just like
got
you
up on
did
the
that
roof.
just like you did that hood ornament. You tried to blame it on me. You stole it, didn't you? You stole them antennas.
No. People in my neighborhood, once they got cable, they started stealing cable from the thing.
Well, I was going to say, if you're from the 80s.
will hook you up.
Yeah,
Like,
if you paid them extra,
100%. He was like, look, if you give me a little extra, I'll give you this, that, and the third. Not that I know anything about that.
Well, they only do that. They don't do that in the burbs, man.
Terry, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go
for
out. You and me are going to go out for a burger, and I'm going to come over to the house. I'm going to go over to cable with you. I'm going to show you all the channels.
Maz doing
I'm going to take care of you.
That's crazy.
all
If
right.
Maz
All right.
is showing you that.
Oh, my God. Get this guy.
You have the talk. You have the talking remote.
Yes.
All right.
I never
you
use it.
You need the talking remote.
All right. You
You know,
got
my TV always yells at me and says, instead of pushing for HBO Max, all you have to do is say HBO Max
Exactly.
to the talking thing. I'm
You
like,
must have DirecTV.
No, I got Comcast.
Oh, you do? That's easy.
Yeah, I know.
They
But
got the best
I
equipment.
get yelled at because I don't use all the
Oh
modern.
God.
Hey,
Terry.
Albert and Costello, are you guys through?
Yeah, we're done.
Would you like to do me a favor and tell him about Dr. Pierce? And what he's
Sure,
doing over
I
at
love
Michigan
Dr.
Sports
Pierce.
Spine? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
He won't be here tomorrow, but he'll be here Friday this week.
Ooh.
But it's the Woodward Sports Injury Insider with Dr. Jeff Pierce, the medical director of the Michigan Sports and Spine Center, every Tuesday on Big D Energy, every Thursday right here on Amani Edwards. Brought to you by Amon-Ra of Southfield, featuring the most advanced imaging and maximum patient comfort
Yeah,
for
that's
over
on my
20
shoulder.
years. Give them a try. MRI of Southfield.com.
And
Doggy.
and
Doggy.
Woof! Woof! Get down to Premier Pet Supply, folks. Family owned and operated
Why you sound like a
for
poodle?
over 30 years.
Flip that, Joel.
You heard me, man. They are.
Pomeranian over there.
Okay, here we go. 13 Metro Detroit locations.
Miniature Yorkie.
Yes, there are 13 Metro Detroit locations. 60 brands of food at the lowest prices available. Curbside delivery if you want it. Meow. And, of course, you can get them online. Give your pet the best.
Somebody
Don't
come get
settle
that.
for less. It is PremierPetSupply.com.
.com, baby.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit sports.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
To any Lady Jane's haircuts for men and claim your throne for a king's treatment from one of our talented stylists. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Just get to a Lady Jane's today and receive a precision haircut, scalp massage, hot lather neck shave, and a hot towel treatment. A haircut should not be a chore. It should be an experience. And that's exactly what Lady Jane's has to offer. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. There's always a location near you. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
You smell that? That's Brad Holmes cooking. And the off-season smells good. Woodward Sports.
What's better than crispy chicken and pizza while watching your favorite team play? The answer is nothing. But now, at Nashville, the Nashville Hot is back at Soroki, so that's where you want to be. 4 items. 4 items, that Nashville Hot Pizza, the Nashville Hot Tenders, the fries, and the chicken tender sandwich. It is hot, muy caliente, to be honest. And oh, by the way, don't you forget the biscuits. Don't you forget the biscuits. Add a little honey.
Yeah.
They are the deal. Soroki's is popping up all over Metropolitan in Detroit. You might want to stop in. You might want to grab some chicken. Whatever you need, they got. Don't forget the sides as well. Soroki's.
Yes.
All right, welcome back. Second hour of the show. Appreciate Lance Stanford as you see that wonderful graphic there highlighting a specific team. The Detroit Lions are getting ready for 2024.
Terry's favorite team.
Favorite team, man.
Favorite team.
Quick synopsis right now. You saw the schedule. Where do you have the Lions? How many games are they going to win before we get into this, that, and the third? You saw the schedule. You know what they did in the offseason. You know what they did in the draft. Where do you think the Lions finish this year?
I think they have a fine season. They won 11 games.
I like
11.
What else?
What?
What else?
Here's
because now when we talk about the Lions, we don't just talk about the regular season.
Right.
They're going to win the division.
What are they going to do?
Just tell me what they're going to do.
They'll go to the NFC. They're not the NFC. They'll go to the NFC Finals.
And?
They will lose to the
Oh,
Niners.
come on, Terry.
They're going to lose to who?
You have a repeat of last year.
Repeat of last year.
You son of a gun.
Let me ask you this, and I you know what? Hey, that's that man's opinion.
Yeah, that's
That is
fine.
what he is entitled to. You can lose. You can win less games, but still be a better team. And that's the thing going on with the Lions this year. A tougher schedule because of how they finished last season. If they won 11 games, could you think they still could be a better team than they were last year?
Absolutely. I think they will be better this year.
Yeah.
But, here
With one less win?
There is one more
tougher schedule.
blockade.
We a
yes,
tougher
a tougher
team.
schedule. But
I'm sick of that argument.
There is one
Not
more
an argument. It was a question.
No, stop it.
It's a question.
There is one more hurdle the Lions must overcome to get rid of same old Lions. In the 90s, the Lions would win 10 or 11 games, then get the first place schedule, and then win 6 games. Now, if the Lions win 10 or 11 games or something, they dumped
They
that
broke it,
SOL
Ben. They broke it.
forever in all aspects.
Good call, Terry.
I think that's fair, KG.
Good call.
What say you?
Yeah, I think I expect better for this team, man. And I expect them to win the number 1 seed. And in order to do that, they got to do at least 12, I say 13 games. So that's the number 1 goal. You want to get home field advantage in the playoffs. And much to Terry's point, yes, we have seen where they would have a good year and then regress the next year once the schedule got tougher. But I really like the additions the Lions made specifically on defense. That was our biggest weakness. You saw how Brad Holmes attacked it this year. I really believe that with the additions they made, they are a better team. Yes, they have a tougher schedule, but they are a tougher team as well. 13 wins.
First of all, they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Hey,
now,
Get him, man.
now we'll talk about the regular season.
Get him, man.
Who gives a damn? Ask the New York Giants twice. Ask them who they played. They played the undefeated New England Patriots. Did it matter if they were a wild card? No. Just make the dance, get a home playoff game, and show them who the best team is at the end. Stay healthy. Just win, baby.
And I'm glad you said stay healthy. One of the players last year that the Detroit Giants drafted was Brian Branch, safety out of Alabama. He got hurt a couple times last year, but when he was in there, you saw how good this guy could be.
Look how he started his career.
100%.
Pick 6 against the Chiefs.
Pick 6 against the Chiefs, win the game. That's the kind of guy you want. Here is Lions safety coach Jim O'Neill talking about Brian Branch.
To see Brian maybe potentially be back there switching roles between the nickel and safety, and how interchangeable are those positions in you guys' defense, that safety and nickel?
Well, I think if you asked AG, would he prefer his nickel come from the safety position or the corner position, he's going to say over his history, he's preferred it from the safety position because of how much we ask those guys to get into the run fit. I think, obviously, in my opinion, the nickel position is one of the hardest positions to play in the NFL on the defensive side of the ball, just because you got to cover like a corner, you got to fit the run like a linebacker, and you got to communicate and do multiple jobs like a safety. So I think last year they were a little more hesitant with BB to just kind of fix him at one spot, whereas now that he's going into year 2, I think we'll be more aggressive with him. And, I mean, he's the type of player you want to see out there on all 3 downs. So we're going to push him to that. But at the end of the day, he's still got to come out in training camp, and he's got to take that job.
How good do you think he could be?
Brian Branch? I think he could be really good. I think he could be one of the better ones in the league. Coming off the rookie campaign that he just had, some of the things he did coverage-wise, some of the things he did run fit-wise, blitz-wise, I'm excited about him. I'm really excited about him.
Yeah, and that's Coach O'Neal, now the safeties coach with the Detroit Lions. Look, he's excited about Brian Branch, much like we were and we are here in Detroit. Some schools, some places where people are from, you just get excited. Him being from Alabama, and you know what Alabama breeds most. They breed the defensive side of the ball, so still excited about that. Brian Branch can be special. He showed a little bit last year, got injured. Now he's going to be full goatee at a position where the Lions have struggled the last couple of years.
Here's what I try to figure out with Brian Branch. First of all, one word to describe him, thumper. He is a thumper. Now, do I want him in the slot where he's going to make hits closer to the line of scrimmage, or do you want him at safety where he's going to jar the ball from wide receivers going over the middle? I keep going back and forth on that. I think I want him at the closer to the line of scrimmage because I just think he can be more disruptive there.
I think in the league nowadays, you know, you're average going to see 3 wide receivers. So he'll be in the game the majority of the time because most teams run 3 wides. They get to 4 wides. Some teams even do 5 wides. I mean, look what they did down there in Miami at times. But he can play in the position in which he's talking about. I don't mind him playing that safety, that nickel, kind of like that Viper position that Jabril Peppers play a little bit at Michigan. He can play at the line of scrimmage. He also has great ball instincts. And like you said, he can hit. He's a blitzing safety, and I think that's what we'll see more of this year, kind of like the Melifonwu role last year.
Oh, I love that guy.
I think that's where Brian Branch is going to be strong this year. And I know Melifonwu had success, but he was filling in for injured player. Yeah. Brian Branch is going to be dominant at that position.
He is, but let's face it, that secondary that they have, it's the best secondary they've ever had right now, at least on paper. Terry, go back to the old days. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you.
Benny Blades.
Go back to the Benny Blades years. Yeah. This is the best secondary they've had since those days.
One of those
but Benny Blades was the bell cow. That secondary back then wasn't that good.
It wasn't
Benny
great,
Blades
but it was good. It was good.
But Benny Blades was a monster.
Yeah, he was the hitter.
Mark Singletary.
But you know what they did with him later in his career? They moved him to linebacker, and he bitched about it.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
Wasn't a smart move, but this is a very different team, much smarter team, and they drafted guys that fit that same type of IQ. One of those players is Ennis Rakestraw.
Another corner
that we're excited about. Had the opportunity to go to Alabama, chose to go to Missouri and build his own thing. He's got a lot to say at camp, and here's him right now talking about the best advice he's ever received.
The best advice you've gotten from a veteran in your room?
The best advice on the field is stay in the playbook because you never know your number called. Off the field, save your money.
Oh, good advice, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
I can tell him he's right about both. I would actually put 2-1, and then 1 become 2. Save your money, young man, but stay in that playbook. You never know when your opportunity can come. I like this T. I like this mask. KG, I come to you.
Yeah.
Reason why I like this so much is I think this is a guy. We keep talking about Terry Arnold. We keep talking about Amik Roberts. I think Ennis Rakestraw has a really good chance to start day 1. It's just myself.
No, and that's real, man. He fits this man coverage scheme that AG likes to play very, very well, and that's why they went and got him, man. And best believe he's testing Terrion for that number 2 corner spot. I believe it, man. They are kind of the same type of player. Terrion, I would give the edge to, but they are definitely of the same makeup. And I'm of the belief that iron sharpens iron. So we could definitely see Rakestraw as that corner number 2. I think he'll be more in that nickel role because he can also he has the versatility to play nickel as well.
Yeah,
but he's
going
to
to
get
what
on the
Arnold
field.
is doing. He's saying, "Don't forget my boy." He always includes Rakestraw in conversations and reminds you of how good he is. So there's something, he does that for a reason. If Rakestraw was just another guy, he wouldn't be doing that.
No, most definitely.
I like what both of you guys are saying. I'm going to take it a step further. It goes back to the Dan Campbell conversation, talking about the competition in that room. You just named Rakestraw. There's Amik Roberts. There's Carlton Davis this year.
Yep.
They have a team. They have a room. It's going to be a lot of competition to get these spots. Melifonwu, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph still had 4 picks last year, and he had a down year for what he was the year before. So trying to see that competition is going to be everything in that room, and I'm glad they got enough guys to at least we know at least 5 guys are going to be able to play and play well.
Interchangeable.
Yeah, definitely interchangeable. Somebody else was at camp. A little bit of Hendon Hooker.
Where's Anson when you need him?
Where's Anson when you need him? This is for Dave. I actually saw Dave on Monday.
Dave Burkett.
Told me tell you guys hello, Dave Burkett.
That's our
guy. Some interesting stuff on Detroit Lions quarterback Hendon Hooker's development this spring, where he spent time changing his footwork and learning to the command of the huddle. The team is pleased with the growth despite the inconsistency. So it was like a backhanded compliment they
He's got
gave
to change his footwork completely.
Yeah, that's like a backhanded compliment, though. It's like, yeah, we like some things despite the inconsistency. Chiefs, where do they really view him?
You know what?
It doesn't matter.
This is a 2-year project. You don't need him to be the Hendon Hooker that people think he can be this year. This is going to be a Jared Goff year. Keep him upright, and then the law of averages said that Jared Goff is going to be injured at some point. But I'm gambling it won't be this year. Maybe it'll be the year after when he's a little bit older or something. But
killing me,
Hendon Hooker, I'm not worried about him missing receivers. I'm not worried about him with his footwork. Not yet.
And
maybe we're in this next training camp.
Yeah. Hey, Nate Sudfeld isn't the answer to me but they keep bringing him back. They keep bringing him back. I think you do need another veteran on that team. Teddy Bridgewater was there last year. I was confident if something happened to Jared Goff that Teddy Bridgewater could stand in there and hang in there and win a couple of games. I can't say the same. I don't know what Hendon Hooker's bringing to the table. He's a rookie. He's a raw kid. Doesn't have it down in the NFL yet. I think they've got to bring another veteran on this team.
And maybe he just needs the reps, but this preseason is going to be very important for Hendon Hooker. We're going to learn a lot about Hendon Hooker this preseason. He's going to get the reps. We're finally going to see what he can do with the receivers. He may not be with the number ones, but if he can go out there and make an impact, then you feel more confident going forward. But if not, I mean, I'm with Maz. I don't necessarily trust Nate Sudfeld as the number 2 if Jared Goff goes down.
Definitely don't trust Nate Sudfeld as far as I can throw him. But also, there are questions that we may have about the Lions. So, you know what? Let's do top 5 burning questions as it relates to the 2024 Lions. We'll take a quick commercial break here from Guardian. But when we come back, let me know what your concerns are, and I'll tell you mine. Guardian Alarm? Let's talk about it.
Well, what happens, Bray, when you see that black and yellow sign out in front of your house? It tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
Well, let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts, 24/7 professional monitoring, and technology backed by people. And that technology has been proven to work, and those people have been proven to care, so call 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
Call them today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. We'll be right back.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
custody, visitation, or other family law issues, Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. 10-plus years of experience and 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code right now above my head on the screen or call 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you, and KDK will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your back, unlike Maz with mine. Back to the show.
I'll kick you in the back.
I got everybody's back, ladies and gentlemen. Applause. Welcome back. Having a great show, having some fun. Terry Foster, you stood up. You cold? You tired? What's going on, brother?
I just needed a different look.
Different look?
Not a different look, but just a different position. That's
okay.
all.
I got you.
I would like to do that as well, but too tall. I can't get bend down to the microphone. Can't get that one going. A little chilly in here. We're talking about the Lions and talking about 5 pressing questions. I feel like every team has, a couple things you worry about, some more than others. Not necessarily worried about a ton with the Lions, but I still feel like 5 questions were good. So here's my 5. Tell me what you think, and then we'll break them down individually. Number 5.
There you go, my friend.
Maz, I'll let you talk about this one. Do they have a kicker? The Lions have been looking for a kicker for 3 years, Maz.
Finally.
I'll let you take it away.
Finally, I think they have a kicker, and his name's going to be James Turner. I believe James Turner from Michigan will win that job over Michael Badgley. I do believe that the kid from the Michigan Panthers, Jake Bates, I think he's going to go elsewhere. He's got invites to go to Washington, to Baltimore, and to Green Bay. I think he'll have a better shot at winning a job in Washington and Green Bay. I'd hate to see him kicking for those guys.
Green Bay.
By the way, I would love to still bring him here and see if he's got the leg to hang. But I think James Turner will be our long-term kicker.
I like that. Number 4, I'll let you take this one. Can the young defensive backs, we just talked about them, Terry and Arnold, and it's Rakestraw, can they back up the hype that is what they're getting this year?
I think so. And I look more so to the defensive coordinator, AG. Yeah. I think he's going to have these young guys in the right positions to make plays. He's finally got everything that he needed, allegedly, to make this defense work. So I expect them to get this defense to a top 15 defense at least.
Hey, Terry, I really should have made this a 4A and B because, 4A and 4B, because the question also is, what about the guys that they brought in? Carlton Davis II, and then also Amik Robertson. And also they repaid Emmanuel Mosley, a guy that tore his ACL last year. So can the secondary as a whole live up to what we've kind of hyped them up to be this offseason?
Are you going to see a pass rush?
And, well, you see that's up here as well.
Yeah, I don't think, for the most part, defensive backs can cover these receivers in the NFL. These dudes, they're fast, they got shift, and if
you can't touch them.
And you can't touch them. So I don't trust, especially rookie cornerbacks. I don't trust it because the rules are against you. So are they better there? Yes. But I want to see a pass rush before I would say anything that they can do anything, bro.
And you're absolutely right about that pass rush. I mean, that is going to be on here at some point. In fact, number 3, what do we have coming in at number 3? I think it's number 2. We'll come right back to you on that one. Okay. 3, and this is a real question. Obviously, health is always a question. So I didn't make it about health. I didn't make it about the health of the Detroit Lions as a team. Just the offensive line, man, as I come right back to you. The health of the O-line, because you got Taylor Decker, who has been injured multiple times, multiple years. Frank Ragnow is on he was on eight toes out there, and he's considering retirement to a certain extent. And then, Penei Sewell is Penei Sewell, so we have no. But that's a real question, correct?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. And they got Kevin Zeitler from Baltimore, brought him over. They lost Jonah. They lost Jonah Jackson. Jonah Jackson. You got great backups on this team. A guy that they drafted out of William and Mary last year, Cody Sorsdale, is really supposedly has changed over the year. They have put him in situations. They believe he is going to be a super sub coming off the bench to relieve these guys. Of course, you got the man, Dan Skipper, coming in as well. He reports. He's going to report properly this time. I love their offensive line. You know what? You're not going to have Frank Ragnow for all 17 games. You know that. Yeah. But that's why you got Graham Glasgow. That's why you pay him a little bit more this year. That offensive line is set. And I believe Brad Holmes will address that in the next draft just to get a little bit more depth. They are one of the top 5 O-lines in football.
I think the Lions, even though they're not going to be totally healthy at offensive line, and they've brought in guys, they've worked on Kobe
Sorsdale.
Sorsdale.
Yep.
They know they're not going to be completely healthy, and so they're already addressed that. But will the offensive line be very good? You damn Skippy. That's all that matters.
Oh, the offensive line is one side. Let's go to the other side. What about that defensive line at number 2? Last year and the year before that, Aiden Hutchinson saw a lot of double and triple teams. He still was able to get to the quarterback and still was able to get those pressures. But you're going to need other guys to get to the quarterback. They get Davenport in the offseason. They also get DJ Reader to be in the middle. KG, do you trust the moves that they made to help out Hutch? And oh, by the way, still got James Houston, who's going to be healthy this year.
On paper, I do. The addition of DJ Reader alone, he eats up 2 people. So that automatically takes away a lot of the chipping that we saw on Hutch, a lot of the double and maybe sometimes triple teams when he's getting into the backfield. So that with the addition of Marcus Davenport, health depending, I feel like that can work. It is an upgrade, but we do need to see whether health-wise it will work. Same thing with James Houston and Josh Pascal as well. But I look forward to this pass rush being a lot more better improved this year.
Pascal, a guy you also tend to forget about. Another guy that you tend to forget about. You talked about Kobe Sarsdale. The other side is Broderick Martin. Guy they said was going to be a 2-year project.
Rebuilt
this
his
is
body.
Year 2. 100%. So what's going to go on with that? The Western Kentucky alum.
They're way better than last year. Terry, you asked how the D-line is, how the rush is. They're way better than they have been. And that's going to give Aiden Hutchinson, it's going to be way better than he's been. I don't know how you can disagree with that one.
And I don't. I'm just saying, questioning, if you're going to talk about, is the secondary going to be better? Is the pass rush going to be there?
Don't they help each other?
Yeah. I think the pass rush helps the secondary more than vice versa.
Well, vice versa, too, because if you're covering the receiver for just one more second, sometimes that's all you need.
Guys in the NFL anymore.
I get it.
Braylon could probably take his old ass out there and get 500 yards.
He probably could. He probably could. Look at the shape he's in.
Yo, you've been on my head all day, fam.
Right. He is.
First I look good, then I'm old. No, but to your point.
Then you colored your hair, and then you don't.
I appreciate that. 500, that's real generous. I give you about a solid 185.
185?
185. I'm an honest man.
I feel you.
I told you my shoulder hurt right now, so I got to go to the doctor after this.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm saying? All right, no, but you expect it to be better, and I agree with what KG said. On paper, they're definitely better right now. You like the moves. You just got to see it in action, but I do trust in the moves. I do trust in Brad Holmes, so we'll see how that works out. And then number 1 is the same old number 1 that it's going to be. I said that I worded it this way for a reason. Is Jamison Williams going to turn into J-Mo? Or Waymo. Nice. I guess that was in the back. They thought that was kind of cute. Appreciate the guys in the back for making these graphics, by the way. Lights out, outstanding job.
Nice job, boys.
But the reason why I worded it that way, he was J-Mo at Alabama.
Yeah.
When he was at Alabama, he turned to J-Mo. This is the NFL, and so far, because of other circumstances and things, whether it's injuries, whether it's other things, haven't seen J-Mo yet. We've seen Jamison Williams figuring it out. Is Jamison Williams going to turn into J-Mo? And Terry, in my estimation, that doesn't mean go out there and have 1,500 yards or 1,200 yards. Can he be a not only competent, but can he be a comparable wide receiver to Amon-Ra St. Brown as a number 2 to help the team out?
Not only can he, but he will.
There we go.
I think the thing that's held him back, a lot of circumstances, injuries, the suspension, him not being as mature as he needs to be. All that, some of that's going to go away. The injuries and the weird circumstances will disappear. What we're going to see is a more mature guy this year. I think that's key. Dan Campbell talked him up, and the Lions were always reluctant to talk up J-Mo no matter what he was doing. But the fact that Dan Campbell saw something, it was early in the OTAs, and I kind of take it with a grain of salt, but he's seeing something in him, or at least trying to give him some confidence. This is going to be his year.
Yeah, he's 100% right. He said this is the best that we've seen him. Say he's the most improved player. He's the person right now that everybody's watching in terms of what he's doing. He's standing out during OTAs and in minicamp.
He's hustling.
100%. That was exactly that was always the case, and now he's doing it even more. I think he's actually catching passes and touchdowns. You saw the one catch he made the other day on the sideline, over the shoulder. It's a really, really tough catch.
You know how dangerous the trio is going to be?
Yeah,
J-Mo, St. Brown, and Laporta.
And don't forget about Jameer Gibbs.
Well, I never. I never forget about him.
This is true. This is your guy.
That's my guy.
it's
they
funny.
brought Jahmyr Gibbs in not just to be a running back.
No, not at all.
So at some point,
it's like a Reggie Bush
they're going to
situation.
open up that playbook more for him.
That differentiates him from Bijan Robinson. He has something that Bijan maybe does not have, and that's the catching ability.
Yes, sir.
You're a funny guy. Another guy that I didn't put on here. He's not one of my top 5, but he is. It's a thought. Will Dan Campbell's decision making get better in this year?
Good
This is year 4 for him. Look, he got better last year, so I'm not saying that he hasn't gotten better each year, but it's still some calls when you watch games. You're like, That's something also I want to keep an eye on. Not as close, but I do want to keep a small eye on that as well. Pete, you got something?
No, I was just asking Terry to move a little bit to his left.
Oh, my bad.
I'm
Terry,
just floor directing, my friend.
That's in his
floor directing.
Will his decision making be better?
To the right.
Do the plays work?
They do.
That's what I mean. He makes great decisions when the play works. They're horrible when they don't. So this is his DNA.
Okay.
He is a rambling, gambling man. I know a lot of people say, well, he doesn't believe in his field goal kicker. No, this is who this man is.
Hey, punting is old, man.
Huh?
Punting is old. That's old school.
Right.
Play the analytics.
The NFL, when you look at the NFL, is closer to Dan Campbell than it was a few years ago.
That's a fact. Just because it's 4th down don't mean the punting team's coming out anymore.
Right.
You got 4 downs to make 10 yards. If you're a yard away and you believe you can get it, I say go for it. I don't care if you're on your own 20.
And listen, I don't want...
And he's done that before, and it's worked. And you know what we see on Twitter? Big balls. Big balls, Dan Campbell. But when he's at the 2-yard line and needs a half yard to go and doesn't make it,
then he's a bum.
Then he's a dumbass.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
Not to me, though.
There's got to be some middle ground somewhere. All I want from him, I don't want him to change at all. If this is who he is, this is who he is. But there have been times where we see him coach out of emotion in big situations. I think back to the Dallas game. They could have probably had that game had he not kept going for it. He had 3 opportunities and couldn't get it done each time. You probably kick that field goal, you win the game. Also, the same thing in the NFC Championship game. Not the first pass. The Josh Reynolds drop, that was on Josh Reynolds. But the second time, when the momentum had swung, they were down 3. They still had a chance to stay in the game. I think you kick that field goal there instead of going for 4th down. But I just need him to work on that a little bit. If he works on that a little bit and stays true to who he is, the Lions, they're going to go places, man.
Any NFL coach will tell you, if I can tie the game, particularly on the road with less than 7 minutes left, I'm doing it.
After you lost the momentum. Right, that came off the helmet deflection off Kendall Vildor.
Oh, yeah, Kendall Vildor. And Brandon Ayuk caught the pass.
Yeah, so I would have kicked the field goal there, but nonetheless.
He caught that $26 million bag as well in the offseason. That's the Lions, but there are storylines around the NFL as a whole that I want to throw out there and have some fun with that too.
Can't wait.
Show this good. No, we're going to do it now. We're not going to take a break. We're going to keep rolling with the show. Show the graphic, if you will, Pete. Go to a 2-shot. Great graphic by the guys in the back. Noah, appreciate you. Ryan, you see the guys on this list. These are the storylines in the NFL. I got about 20 that I'm going to run through. I'm going to get through it fast. Just give me a yay or nay and what you think about it. I think these are 5 of the biggest storylines this year. Starting with,
no doubt,
Caleb Williams and the Bears. You talk about a quarterback has never been drafted number 1 and seen a skill room like he's seeing. Rome Odunze drafted number 9 to that room. Keenan Allen brought in over from the Chargers. And then you still have DJ Williams and you bring in our former running back and DeAndre Swift. Caleb Williams, man, that's a storyline you want to see him with the Bears. Am I wrong? Am I right?
You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah.
I think in Detroit, we should do a close look at Caleb Williams, because if he's what they think he's going to be, the Bears are going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
Yep.
1,000.
Hard Knocks as well. We'll see a lot about them. We'll see what they have. They got a pretty good defense too.
Yeah, he's insulated. I still don't believe in that offensive line though.
Jalen Johnson, one of the best corners in the league already.
And he said he's tired of that, you know what, too, out of Caleb Williams. Here we go, number 2, Aaron Rodgers. Okay. Now, you put this in the rundown already, man.
So
Aaron Rodgers, not at minicamp, won't be at minicamp. Robert Saleh comes out today and says it's an unexcused absence, which
Hassan Reddick, too.
I don't know if that's very smart, but Robert Saleh stirring up that
I'm
trouble.
with you there.
I didn't like that out of Rob.
Let's listen to him.
You know what?
Yeah, let's listen to it.
No, so we've got 2 inexcused absences. One obviously being Hassan. Spoke to him over the weekend. Appreciate the dialogue. He's in a really good place mentally, working his tail off like we already know, and but he's choosing to sit out this one, inexcused. The second one is Aaron. Aaron and I spoke before OTA started. He's been very good in communication. He's been here the entire time. It's inexcused, but he had an event that was very important to him, which he communicated.
Both are
Both inexcused, yes.
So are they getting fined?
They're both subject to the CBA fine schedule.
Full of hot.
They started to turn on them. They started to turn.
Look, see, this is New York, and rightfully so. Look, this is what happens when you sell your player out. Like, I think they're in a situation where the Jets are trying to figure it out. They're trying to do what they wanted to do last year. This is Aaron's first year. He came back from Achilles in this offseason.
Yeah.
Like, Rob, let this go. Because now you're creating, this is the wrong city to create a you-know-what storm like that. On the flip side, Aaron, you said these words.
Mm-hmm.
You said these words, and then you don't show up. So on the other side of the foot, I feel him.
And I don't know what's going on, but you don't think that maybe Robert Saleh is maybe getting a little annoyed with the Aaron Rodgers hype train and maybe him not being fully engaged in some of these practices?
Robert Saleh is annoyed because he didn't know anything about the Aaron Rodgers situation, the quarterback situation, the draft situation the last 3 years.
Yeah.
They ignored him on that. So now this is his kind of like,
and he on the hot seat.
now I'm a poke you because it ain't me.
Yeah.
But
'Cause
plus,
I don't want to get fired.
Plus,
which you're going to get fired anyway.
Saleh, you're right. He made a mistake, but Saleh, probably in the back of his mind, feels he has to show the public that Aaron Rodgers isn't running this team.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Yeah, that's facts. I like that.
If he was running it, then he would have come out and said, "Nope, it's completely unexcused. It's bad. I didn't want this to happen." If you really wanted to do that,
He was like, I talked
to
to
me,
him.
to me, he would just shut up.
Thank you.
Just shut up.
That's what he should
He's
have did.
overmatched, man. I like him. He's not a head coach of a
He's
New
a
York team.
defensive coordinator.
I'm sorry, he's not.
He's a defensive coordinator. Here we go. Let me see. I guess I don't have to number these. CJ Stroud, year 2. CJ Stroud, year 2, the Houston Texans. Last year, they hired DeMeco Ryans, first-year head coach, defensive coordinator from the 49ers. They get CJ Stroud. Everybody said they shouldn't have drafted him. He wasn't the guy. Well, it turns out he had the best rookie season ever as a quarterback, at least in my estimation. They go out and get Daniil Hunter for the Minnesota Vikings. They go out and get Stephon Diggs. Year 2, I think the Texans are going to challenge the AFC, or do you think there's some type of year 2 setback?
Probably a little bit of a setback. I want to quote the great philosopher Charles Barkley. There's no such thing as a sophomore slump. They got game film on you now.
Yeah.
And we may see a little bit of that with Stroud. And so I think they take a little bit of a step back, but he's still going to be a very good quarterback.
How much better can he get?
Well, you just added Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
I know, but how much better?
Already good receiver.
And also, you forgot he didn't play the rest of the year with Tank Dell. Tank Dell missed, what,
He won a playoff game and
7
led
games?
Baltimore at the half in game 2 in the playoffs. The kid played
They were down
unbelievable.
3 at the half.
Well, okay, they led the first quarter. Then.
True.
Also, don't sleep on that defense. They improved that defense a lot, and DeMeco Ryans is a defensive head coach. CJ Stroud is going to have a lot of opportunities on the opposite side of the field. So,
Will
I'm just
Anderson
saying.
Jr., man, mark my words. Like, this is his breakout year. I
Him and
guarantee.
Daniil Hunter? Oh, my God.
Hey,
That's nasty.
Will's going to have 16 sacks this year. Mark my words. Everybody's talked about it. The quarterback carousel that is the Pittsburgh Steelers. You got Russell is named the starter. Justin Fields waiting in the wings. And Mike Tomlin getting an extension in the offseason after a lot of people thought he was fired. The Pittsburgh experiment. Do you believe in it or not?
No. First of all,
Shocking.
There's something wrong with Russell Wilson. I know he had some moments in Denver and everything, but I go back to Seattle. Even when he was rolling in Seattle, his teammates weren't behind him. So 100%. So there is a flaw in his game that's now coming to surface as he keeps
A flaw in his personality, I mean.
Yeah,
Not in his game.
He might be a goody two shoes, and that's not really.
It's funny you say that, KG. You'll appreciate this. You know Russell's typical like motivational message on his pages,
man.
and like the music he chooses is all like,
oh, that's cheap. But go ahead.
But his last couple posts are all like hip hop. It's all like hardcore
wow.
rap. It's like, all right, Russ, like
Hey, if anybody can do it, it's Mike Tomlin. That's the only reason I believe in it. But even if it don't work, you have a Justin Fields waiting in the wings, and I think it's going to be key for Justin Fields this year. If Russ goes down or doesn't play well, expect to see Justin Fields and maybe an improved arm. I don't know.
Justin Fields might be the starter at the end of the year.
All you got to do is look at the stadium suites. When you don't see Sierra at a game, Justin Fields is starting that next one.
Yeah, for sure.
Justin Fields is starting that next game. He's on the board. He just led Michigan to a national championship run in 2023. He's Jim Harbaugh. I think this is something the league wants to see. Wherever he's gone, he's won. I was a part of the team in 2011, his very first year in the NFL. We got to the NFC Championship. You saw what he did at Michigan. It was a team nobody wanted. Well, they won 10 games that year in 2015. It should have been Michigan State. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I get it. Him, Los Angeles Chargers, his quarterback is Justin Herbert. Tom Asway, do you believe in this one?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a great football coach. He'll have the Chargers in a Super Bowl very soon. I think they're a ways away yet, but he's got a quarterback that he's in love with. Otherwise, he would not have taken that job. If he went to a job that had a chance to draft a quarterback, he would have drafted J.J. McCarthy. But he went to a team that's got a superstar in the waiting. He's not there yet, but maybe he will be because this guy's a quarterback guru. That's what he's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
But what does he build from? He builds from the offensive line.
Defensive
Drafts Joe Alt.
Joe Alt is a
monster.
And Junior Colson. Don't sleep on Junior Colson.
This is true.
I know you don't believe in Harbs. I got it. Go ahead, Terry.
No, let me finish. He is a run-first coach.
Yeah.
They're going to run a lot in the NFL, too. He's going to protect his quarterback, and he will succeed there. But the whole quarterback guru thing, I keep hearing about it and blah, 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 blah. I'm not buying that part of it.
Well, he's a winner.
Yeah. He's
that part, I believe.
He is an all-time great coach. I just wonder if the NFL game has passed him.
No way.
College is great, but the NFL game is a different game from 2016.
You know what?
But he's already done it in the NFL.
He has, but that was almost 10 years ago.
And now he won a national championship. He's going in there with balls of steel, let's say. Yeah. Let's face it. They're going to all be looking up to Jim Harbaugh. Yeah. He just took Michigan to the national championship.
It's a big fact.
Come on, man. He won a national championship with the Wolverines.
Guess who else won a national championship? My man, Joe Burrow, a.k.a. Joey Cool, man. He is back this year with the Cincinnati Bengals. T. Higgins ain't going nowhere. He's staying just like Jordan Belfort and Wolf of Wall Street. What are the Bengals going to be? This is the toughest division in football, man. As you always said, I agree with you. The Bengals, the Steelers,
best
the Ravens.
Division.
And yes, the best. And probably toughest too.
And
Joe
most
Burrow,
competitive.
He stays healthy. What do the Bengals look like?
Bengals look like a Super Bowl contending team. The only reason I don't say Super Bowl is because they got this annoying little bug in the AFC called the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Who are they want a three-peat. That's their motivation. And
no one's ever three-peated.
No one has ever done that. Now, here's the thing.
And
the question I
again.
always like to ask. What's more likely to happen? Kansas City Chiefs three-peat or the Lions go to their first Super Bowl?
Lions go to their first Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's it?
That's
Okay.
it.
Yeah, Lions go to their first
Good
Super Bowl.
question. No three-peat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
49ers were the last team that almost have a chance to three-peat, and the Giants kicked 5 field goals and beat them.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they don't have a chance. I'm just saying that it's not going to happen.
And you're entitled to your opinion.
Yep.
And it could be true.
There's a lot of good storylines. I'm just looking at the ones I wrote down. I mean, you look at the Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix storyline.
Oh, that's a great one.
It's a great one. What's going to happen there? I told you, I was on the team in 2012 where Matt Flynn was paid handsomely by the Seattle Seahawks.
You're hitting it on the button on
Terry
this.
Foster. Matt Flynn never saw a down as a Seattle Seahawks because they drafted Russ in the 3rd round and he became the guy. Pete saw what he saw, liked what he liked. I smell something similar down here in Atlanta with Michael Penix being picked at 8 when they just paid Kirk Cousins $180.
I think ideally what Atlanta wants to do is they would like for Michael Penix to just shut up, stay on the sideline, and then Kirk Cousins plays 3 or 4 years, and then they move on to him. But the world
Alex
is
Smith,
not
Patrick Mahomes situation.
Yeah, but the world is not as cookie cutter as that.
Yeah.
Particularly for a franchise like the Atlanta Falcons, who seem to screw up everything. So, when you got a guy like Penix, as soon as Kirk Cousins screws up, there's going to be that pressure from the fans. You need to make a quarterback switch.
Yep.
And there's going to be pressure on the coaching staff and the organization to make a switch. I don't think Kirk Cousins lasts the 4 years down there. But that's what they want to see.
Thank you, T-Foss.
Only reason I disagree with T-Foss in terms they want him to shut up and wait it out. They didn't tell Kirk Cousins they were drafting the quarterback.
I'm trying to tell you.
True.
They didn't tell him that after he was leaving the situation that told him they were drafting the quarterback and he left.
Yeah, and we kept wondering, why would Atlanta do this?
'Cause he got money.
It looked like they wanted it out for Kirk Cousins
Yeah.
in case things don't go wrong. To T-Foss's point, I think it's maybe 2 years and they find a way out of that contract.
Michael Penix is going to be starting this year.
Okay.
Arthur Blank got cheese. He owns Home Depot. He's not losing any sleep over this $180 we got to pay him, which he's guaranteed $100 of it.
Kirk Cousins
that's a tax write-off.
Kirk Cousins moved his entire life to Atlanta.
That has nothing to do with Arthur Blank and the Atlanta Falcons.
You know what the Falcons are thinking? We paid your ass, so shut up
100%.
and play ball.
Yep.
Well, Cousins ain't going to complain. You know that. He's a good dude. He's not going to complain.
But
He's
you
a great
can't do this
teammate.
with everybody. You can do this with Kirk Cousins because he's going to say, oh, golly gee.
Right, he's just going to take it.
There's targets there.
Right.
There's Cole's cash there in Atlanta.
You can do this with Kirk Cousins and probably Russell Wilson.
Yeah, 100%.
But you can't do that to a bunch of other dudes.
Mass, here's a fun one for you. Tom Brady and Fox.
Oh.
That starts this year. What say you about Tom? Is the man going to succeed like he does with everything else?
He'll do great. I'm mad that they moved out my man, Greg Olson. I wish they would have done a 3-man box, a 3-man
They got
booth.
rid of Greg?
Well, Greg Olson got demoted to the second team. So he'll be with Joe Davis.
Yeah, I like Greg, man.
Yeah, he did a fabulous job. He's fantastic. Everyone loves him. He won 2 Emmys in a row. He's going to do great. Tom Brady will do great because he does great no matter what he does. Look what he did on his own.
Did he do well with his stupid roast?
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
I think he did.
I thought
Mama is mad.
I know Mama's mad, but I think he did a great job on his roast.
No. Hey, Maz, remember this word. Tom Brady in the booth? Dud.
Really?
He doesn't have a personality.
Hey, he won't be as bad
You
as
don't
Tony
think he
Romo.
does?
He's a cute little guy. He's got little rosy cheeks and everything.
got
But
a
he's
personality.
boring.
Yeah, he won't be Tony Romo. Yeah, that's all I care about. As long as you're better than Tony Romo, then I'll take it.
Tony was really good in his first 3 years. Really, really good. And he became
overrated.
I don't know what he did, but he's gone south.
He
There's
just
no
do what the
question
hell he
about
wanna
it.
do.
I do like him, though. He's a very folksy guy, but yeah, he's made a mockery of himself.
Yep, he kept trying to predict plays. That was his problem.
Yo, home team, you know what's going to happen in 2 years? Braylon here is going to be on one of his roles. He's going to be an agitator. He's going to say, Tommy, what do you think of Tom Brady in the booth? You're going to say, oh, he's great. You know, this is my guy. I really like what he's doing.
Who's Tommy?
Huh?
Who's Tommy?
Tommy Mazaway.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Then you're going to come to me.
baby.
So what do you think about Tom Brady? I'm going to say, he sucks. I don't know what Maz is talking about. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be a divisive thing, bro.
We'll see.
That bad.
You know what? I wasn't a fan of his growing up. You know that.
I know.
Couldn't root for him at the Patriots. Could not. Couldn't enjoy his success. Actually hated him. Despised him. But now I got to respect the guy. I mean, I do. I got to respect the guy.
All right, I got a couple more. We're going to run through these. Yay or nay? Dallas, year the cookie crumbles. You think so? Is this the year the cookie crumbles?
Every year is the year the cookie crumbles. for them.
crumbled. I thought it crumbled last year.
Like,
Well,
every
technically,
year.
hear me out. When you win 13 games, the cookie hasn't crumbled. You didn't do what you were supposed to do in the playoffs, but the cookie ain't crumbled. I'm talking about is this year they don't make the playoffs. That's a cookie crumble.
Nah, it's not going to crumble this year, but it's going to be soft.
Yeah.
And crumbly.
Sitting in the middle.
But they're going to sneak in the playoffs and they're going to do what they do.
Soft baked chicken boy.
Who is Anthony Richardson?
Who is Anthony Richardson?
That's a storyline I want to see this year.
Ooh, that's a good one, man. Because in the limited time we did see him, he was electric, man. I do believe in their coach Shane Steichen. They got a good system over there. They added Adonai Mitchell to that receiving core with Alec Pierce and Pittman. So I think they got a good shot. If he stays healthy, I do see them contending in the AFC. I do.
Man, speaking of Shane Steichen, the Eagles get back on track with Nick Sirianni? Not the same after Gannon left. Not the same after Steichen. You saw the injuries to Jalen Hurts. Travis Kelce retires. Fletcher Cox retires. Can they get back to where they were 2 years ago?
Yep, Jason Kelsey's a big loss for them. No question about it. I don't know if they're going to do that tush push or the what do they call it? What else do they call it?
Philly special.
Yeah, whatever.
Brotherly shove.
It's a tush push.
Brotherly shove. Brotherly shove.
Yeah, the brotherly shove.
Brotherly shove.
Yeah.
They changed it.
Listen, they got a great roster. They really do have an unbelievable roster. They had Saquon
And
Barkley.
they drafted well again.
I know. I mean, Howie Roseman knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And your guy, from a couple of years ago that I know you wanted
you know
here.
It is, man.
I know you
Carter.
wanted him here.
Jalen Carter.
I know you wanted Jalen Carter here. This is a huge year for him. Philly's going to be one tough hombre. They are.
I guess. I'm
Now,
on Nick
something happened in
Sirianni
that
watch.
locker room. What
Yes,
happened with them last
no
year?
doubt.
I don't think it was a talent thing or they just forgot how to play, but there was some type of friction or some bug that went through the locker room, and it just
Jalen Hurts
showed up
must
on
have
the
rubbed a lot
field.
of people the wrong way. And it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back.
Yep.
It is what it is. You can assume all you want to. You saw him at the end of the bench, not talking to anybody, which is very different than what he used to do. He used to not talk, but he would sit in the middle of the benches. He was legitimate at the other end of the bench last year. That's an interesting one. Jordan Love, Green Bay Packers, are they legit?
No.
Well,
okay, I like
But
that.
the Lions
they
won
are
11
trending
games.
towards that. I think, Jordan Love is probably going to get his money at some point right before the season.
Yeah, he'll
I
get
think
it.
that will mess with his head.
Are they a true threat to the Lions in the North
No,
this year?
the team is a threat. Jordan Love to me is not where he needs to be. Now, half his games were electric last year, half were not. So I need a larger sample size. He's still a young guy, and they're bringing him along the right way, and he's going to be a pain in the side to the Lions for years to come and all that. I just don't think it's right now.
Yeah.
It's coming, though.
Tom Mazaway. Does Deshaun Watson still want to play football?
Oh yeah, the Browns are going to be. The Browns are a very good team. All he has to do is be 3/4 of the guy he used to be.
Okay.
Because they won last year with Joe Flacco, who literally came off the couch, raking leaves in the fall to come and win Comeback Player of the Year. They got Coach of the Year, Comeback Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and Myles Garrett.
They did.
They got a ton of talent on that team. If Nick Chubb can ever come back, look out, man. But the Browns, they're trouble. And I think Deshaun Watson has a very good rebound year this year.
Here's a storyline for whichever one you jump at it first, and that is, are Josh Allen and Sean McDermott through?
Yes.
And you jumped on it first.
Bam.
Ding, ding, ding. We got KG in the building. Tell me why the Buffalo Bills are no more.
It's been falling apart for a while. You look at everything they lost this past offseason. A lot of their stars are gone. Stephon Diggs finally walked out. But before that, we heard grumblings that, hey, the offense, they ain't really clicking like that. Things of that nature. So I think their window is closed, man. They best window was a couple years ago. They didn't get it done. I just don't see it, man. Sean McDermott, I don't see it.
You stop turning the ball over?
He got better last year with Joe Moore as the offensive coordinator. He did get better. You saw how the season started. They lost to the Jets.
He's
on
got
opening
Chase
night.
Claypool to throw to.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That is absolutely.
No, Keon Coleman love.
Yep, Keon Coleman's going to be good. He is. He's going to be very good.
I think Keon Coleman is going to be. He's going to be good.
I
wide
like him.
receiver. Stay
Now?
on the field.
Is he going to be good? I don't trust rookies, man.
Yeah.
I get it.
But just him and Dalton Kincaid, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I don't think the Bills are done.
I think they're done.
Yeah.
You got Josh Allen is still a phenomenal
a lot of
talent.
players.
They're done.
He's still a phenomenal talent.
He can't
He
get it done
hasn't been
either.
phenomenal since Brian Daboll left.
Correct.
Like he was.
He has
phenomenal
gone down
then.
since
now
then.
He's
But
a
you
good
don't think that
quarterback.
can be functional and just a threat?
I wish the
That's
Giants
it.
could trade for him.
If you just look at the losses that they had last year, they had some bad losses early in the year, losses that I can't overlook, and then
Yeah,
you
man.
lose some of the players that helped you sustain. They sustained it to get to the playoffs, but you lost 4 or 5 of those pieces, man, and you're replacing them with young guys. I just don't believe in them. I didn't believe in them last year, and now I definitely don't believe in them without Stephon Diggs and a couple of those other guys. Micah Hyde's gone. I don't believe in it. Sorry, I had to stand up and get my my rings closed.
I like how it was okay for you to stand up, but when I stood up, it was a national
I was
crisis.
I was trying to close my rings. That's all, brother. Brian Daboll and your man Danny Dimes Jones. They're sticking with Daniel Jones, man. Can they make it work? You saw the surface. You saw the surface incident last year with Brian Daboll and Daniel Dimes. Can they make it work?
Yeah, they can.
Defensive line got better.
Don't forget, go back just a season ago, 2 seasons. They won a playoff game at Minnesota. I know Minnesota's not the greatest at defending their home turf, but the Giants went in there and he played a hell of a game, Daniel Jones.
He did.
They don't have a lot of talent offensively, but now you get Malik Neighbors out of LSU. He could be the next he could be the next Justin Jefferson, this guy. He has got all the talent in the world. And if they could just protect Daniel Jones, I think they could win 8 games maybe this year. I think they're on the way back up. The defense is pretty damn good, man. Great defensive line, Bray. I know you like that line.
100%. I like the defensive line. And they added Brian Burns from the Carolina Panthers, who I really wanted here.
Yeah.
First 4 years in the NFL, you taking Justin Jefferson or Odell Beckham?
Oh, Justin Jefferson, man.
I'm taking Odell.
Really?
Yeah, I'm taking Odell.
I mean, Odell really ain't been the same since he left the Giants.
I said first 4 years.
I
didn't say five.
Since his one-hand catch, he hasn't been the same.
Well, that was rookie year. He's still...
Yeah.
Justin
Jefferson long-term trajectory, he's going to be good for a long time.
I'm a touchdown coming, as you say that, as he's coming off an injury.
I get you, but Justin Jefferson that did it with all kind of scrubs at quarterback. I mean, yes, he had Kirk Cousins, but last year he did it with God knows who was quarterbacking at the end of it. I can't even remember that.
Kirk Cousins and Eli Manning are the same dude in the regular season. I'm taking Kirk over Eli in the regular season.
Nick Mullins.
And at the end of the day, when we talk about all-time great receivers, we're going to mention Justin Jefferson. We're not going to mention Odell Beckham.
Seriously.
It's true. We're going to mention that.
Maybe he's top 25, absolutely. Odell, blah, blah, but Justin Jefferson.
OBJ hasn't been the same since he went to the island.
Since that boat.
On the week off.
Since that boat ride, it was over.
It's over.
Hey, you say what you want to. OBJ is responsible for the Los Angeles Rams winning the Super Bowl. Now you can't deny me on that.
Okay, he had the one important catch.
What do you mean one important catch? He led the NFL in touchdowns in playoffs.
At this point, he just gets paid off his name, man. What did he do with the Ravens last year? Lamar Jackson finally get a receiver. What he
Odell Beckham was going to be MVP of the Super Bowl if he didn't tear his ACL.
I forgot
I don't know about that.
Who's he with now? I forgot.
He was wide open for the touchdown. He threw Cooper Kupp, and that would have been his second touchdown.
But MVP of the Super Bowl is a little.
Who just signed him?
Cooper Kupp was going to catch the ball.
That's a stretch.
He had 60 on 3 catches and a touchdown in his first
He's
quarter.
a Dolphin, man.
Thank you, buddy.
I guess.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'll let you have it. We can agree to disagree.
Cooper Kupp got MVP, and he had 2 touchdowns and 90 yards.
A little better
I
stats.
tell you what,
Odell only needed 3 more yards.
Slice. I'm making you a quarterback for the day. You are going back. You're looking over the defense, and you got Cooper Kupp and Odell Beckham. Who you throwing the ball to?
I'm throwing the ball to Odell Beckham.
Oh, come on now.
Come on now.
First of all,
honey, you done so good all show.
You talking about
right at the
you
end,
talking
now
about prime? You talking about prime for prime?
Yeah.
I'm going Odell Beckham. I played wide receiver. I know what I saw in both these individuals.
Yeah. Oh, you gonna play? I played the wide
Nah,
receiver. I knew that was coming.
Right, don't let him get you. Don't let him get you down.
First of all, don't do that. Don't ask a shooter in the NBA like, oh, who would you rather pass the ball to? And he give you a name. Like, all right,
you are out of your range, Terry. You are out. You owe him an apology.
Hold on. I give you one. Where was Cooper Kupp? Down there in Ford Field this past playoffs.
He was injured.
He was locked up by Brian Brett. He couldn't catch a pass. He was getting beat up. He got D'd up by the Lions secondary. Let that sink in.
Here we go. But yes, I hear
the Lions secondary.
I hear you. But I would prefer Justin Jefferson. That's all.
You said
you ain't got to play your NFL card on me. I just prefer Justin Jefferson.
That's two different. No. That was a different question.
Hey, can I just pick Calvin Johnson?
I played in the NFL, and you
he
didn't.
said Cooper Kupp or OBJ.
Yeah, I'll take
with that
OBJ over.
Thank you. See, you take OBJ too.
Hey,
Cooper Kupp was a part of the
Terry,
system.
just pick Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, Calvin
cool
Johnson.
There you go. Doing also eligible. Just write in vote. Write in vote for Calvin.
It's so funny. Like, we're having such a fun show. I looked up. It was like 4 minutes left.
Damn.
I got something for you. We didn't bring this yesterday up.
Yeah, you go ahead, man.
Just a quickie.
Go ahead.
Joey Chestnut, because I got Terry here.
Oh, yeah.
Joey Chestnut, 16-time champion for eating hot dogs on 4th of July for you know the deal, the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. He has been banned by the Coney Island because he is representing a different brand of hot dog, Terry, a vegan hot dog.
Meat.
So they're not letting him in the competition coming up on July 4th. I want to ask you if you give a damn, first of all, and what, and go ahead, I'll start with that.
I do give a damn. I love seeing, on 4th of July.
Man.
But you know what, Joey Chestnut, what a dumbass. I don't care if they're vegan hot
He's
dogs
making
or
money.
whatever. This is what you're known for, eating hot dogs.
Right, and he's making money.
Right.
From the vegan hot dog place.
Well, he should have done a thing with it's not Nesbitt's, it's
Nathan's.
Yeah. Nathan should have came with the check.
At the end of the day, like KG said, Nathan should have came with a check. How long you gonna be eating hot dogs? I guarantee you that vegan hot dog company made him a deal that he could not refuse. Right. That he's gonna make some great lucrative income for the next, let's say, 10 years or so. Nathan's is probably year to year, check to check, and the check wasn't that big. Yeah. Nobody else wanted to match that check. It's just my thoughts.
My man Isaac, one of the best follows on Twitter loves his food, and he says, what makes you think that Joey Chestnut can't just do his own hot dog eating contest against Nathan's on that same day? He can get a place. He can get the backers. Why the hell not just do it on your own and tell Nathan's to kiss my you know what?
Too. Yeah, he could.
Yeah,
Like if
think about that. What would you watch?
I'm
watching him.
If I'm a hot dog fan and I'm in the area and I hear Nathan's doesn't have Joey Chestnut, who's right down the street, I'm going right down the street. That's who you want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could do that. No, absolutely. That'd be a smart idea.
So we'll see.
But you know, if they had a hot dog eating contest, you know who would finish in last place?
Me.
Because I'm getting my little hot dog grilled with the bun. I'm not
do you
sticking
get a little
it
bit
in
of black?
water.
Do you get a little charcoal? You get a little bit black?
It's got to be a little black. I don't
100%.
do boiled hot dog. Got to put my little mustard on there and some onions, and I'm going to savor that hot dog.
First of all, Paul. Second of all, boiled hot dog water is like the nastiest stuff.
Oh my God!
They used to pull those hot dogs out of the boiled water. At Tiger Stadium.
You've never eaten a Sabret hot dog in New York then.
Tiger
Well,
Stadium.
take it right out of the water,
Tiger
baby.
Stadium.
True, but I'm saying like at home, it's nasty because of the
horrible.
smell. Like
my parents took 5 years off my life giving me boiled hot dogs.
My mom used to boil hot dogs in beer.
Mad.
Yeah.
you have the last word of the
You
day,
know what
Terry.
was nasty?
Why?
The boiled hot dogs at Tiger Stadium where they took the popsicle stick and slathered it with mustard. Those things were nasty.
And my mom used to boil hot dogs in beer.
You knew he was gonna like it.
Come on, man. When I go to Comerica Park, I wait for that guy to come around.
Oh, man, Maz.
That's the best ones. You take it out and you puts the mustard and the ketchup right on it for you.
Boiled, baby. And
That's
they're not
okay.
sorbets or sabuts.
They're not Sabrets.
Hey, look
It's
at
okay.
it.
You guys eat in New York.
Laurel and Hardy, the show is over. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's been a heck of a show. My man Terry Foster, thanks for joining the show today. Tom, you're always a gem. KG in the booth, Peace Spy back over here, and then Joel the intern.
Hey, great job by you, you
too.
son of a gun.
I appreciate that, man.
Great show
Give
today.
yourself a hand.
I give the fans a hand for always supporting us.
Yeah, good job, Braylon.
Terry, apologize to him
We'll
right
see
now.
you tomorrow, man.
I'm sorry.
That's
Braylon
it.
showed up.
Last word. I saw it all the time, baby.